go like that. Okay. It'll go like that. There we go. That'll work. I don't know where Bob is, but he had a very busy day today. He might be taking a nap. And like I say, Ed's going to be a little bit late. Probably because he's working on some plumbing at his house, and his parents don't have any water going on in their kitchen. So I guess we'll just do some art and see if anybody shows up. Oh, I could post a link in case anybody wants to come up. That might be a good idea. Let me see here. Let me see. Kiwi, hi. Okay. And Adele, hello. And there's a link if anybody wants to come up. I guess I'll pin it to the top too. I'm going to work on a little card tonight when people get here. But I kind of got to keep one eye on the chat in case anybody shows up. Oh, I guess I should open up my messenger and see if Bob left a message that he's not coming, or I know he went to a reptile show and got a new edition today, so he might be tired. Let's see. And Blackie and Sarah says they'll see us shortly, so they'll be here. Ed's working on the plumbing, but he will be here. Bob says be there in a few. Okay. So I'll just watch for them. Oh, there's Bob. Hello.
I started to say, watch harder, damn it.
Hi. So what, are you going to show us what you got tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a second, yeah.
Okay, well, when you're ready, let me know, and I'll pull the art down and put you up.
All right.
There's Mike.
Who's not?
Bob went to a Repticon today, for people who don't know, and I know he got something. Because he's not going to go to a reptile show and come home with nothing.
I've got to tell you a little story about my nephew, too.
Yeah, I didn't see him do any live streams today. I was kind of halfway watching for it, but if he did, I missed it.
No. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. The place that they had the Repticon was the place that Ed and I went to in Atlanta that time, like a year ago. And there's no Wi-Fi. I heard people complaining about it, bitching about it. So I tried, and that was it. I took a few pictures and no video. Cole took some good pictures and sent them to me, so I'll post those. And of course, I got something I'll show in a little bit. So, but it was a nice Repticon. It's a lot of fun. I have to tell you, I laughed my ass off. One time, my phone beeped or dinged, and I was driving, and it was you. Well, actually, I didn't know who it was, but I asked Cole if he would check to see, because that was Messenger. And he said it's somebody named Pamela Earlywine. Pamela Earlywine. I said, yeah, I know her. Pamela. He was the one that answered you for me.
Ah.
Yep. About the bananas and stuff. Yeah. So who's coming tonight?
Ed is going to be here as soon as he's done. He's working on plumbing right now.
Working on slamming.
Plumbing.
Oh, okay.
Um, he's got no water for his mom and dad's kitchen or his kitchen. He says both the
Okay.
bathrooms have water now, but not the kitchen. So
Oh, hell no.
um, he's got one of his brother-in-law or something like that is over there. That's a plumber helping him out, and he says
Yeah.
he's got to keep working with him until he gets tired and goes home, and then
Yeah.
he'll come on the stream.
Yeah. He's had that brother-in-law help before, like with plumbing his fish room and stuff. So he has to use the help when he can.
Yeah. So and he said he wasn't, he couldn't like quit and not help when he was still there working. So which is totally understandable. So
Sure.
anyway, he'll be on. He says it will probably be a little bit late, but he'll be here. And Blackie and Sarah are coming, but they'll be here when they get here.
I got Ed some things at Bucky's today. The new like big super gas station thing that have all the huge 100 pumps and the because he wanted to go there last time we went to Atlanta, but I've eaten most of what I got him. So oh well.
Oh no, Kiwi.
What happened? I'm waiting on news about my dad. He popped. Oh God, getting out of a chair in the hospital. Is it the ball joint popping out, or did he break the hip? Or and I apologize for the way I looked. I said I was going to put my head down for a minute. I woke up looking like the Tasmanian devil.
You look fine.
Started to put a hat on.
If you hear any yiping, don't worry about it. I got like stars like right between my feet, kind of want me to pick her up, but I'm not going to because I'm going to be working on my art here in a minute. And Mario is laying against my foot. So they're really close to each other. So we'll just see how this goes.
Oh, I looked for stuff for your snake today, and I made a little bit of progress. I got some. I got you some and me some too. Some of these Zilla heavy duty screen clips, and
Oh,
these.
yep, we could definitely are going to need clips.
Yeah, well, I got extra ones, and this fits a 40, and they're heavy duty, like I said, and $3.99 for the pack, and they're normally like $8 or $9. So that's
Oh,
the
cool.
difference. Yeah, and I did look for screens, lids, and we went the second half of the afternoon, and they had sold out of a lot of them, but they didn't have any 40s. But I was going to get a 40 that's hinged. I wished all of mine were hinged, so you just lift the front of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, they didn't have any 40s. So there's that. Small progress, but some progress. Wish I could find my coffee mug. Oh.
Well, we got cold weather for a little while yet, so there's no real like super big hurry.
His hip replacement may have worn out, and he's just too frail to have them replaced again. Oh, they just pop out. Yeah. Sounds like the ball popping out of the joint thing. I bet that's painful. I had to have Cole drive back like the second half of the way back because my knee hurt so bad. Bending it hurts. I can walk all day and stand all day, but sitting down bending it hurts like hell. So
Oh,
he drove, and he's like, I never drove a truck this big. And I'm like, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. He's a good kid, that boy.
that's what hurts with me. If I drive for too long, my knee starts hurting.
Yeah, bending it, right?
Yeah. Yep. I've got to I'll straighten it out and push myself back in the seat and stuff to try to straighten my leg out for a second to take the pain away. What do you want, Star? Huh? What do you want, boo boos? Hi, Bear Bottom. I'm going to work on a little fox tonight. I'm going to be starting here pretty soon. I'm just kind of keeping one eye on the stream because I know that Blackie and Sarah are going to be showing up, and eventually Ed's going to be showing up. So I don't want to like leave them in limbo while I'm not looking.
You left me in limbo. Do you know it?
You're too young to be in pain there, Grasshopper.
I'm in too much pain to drive a manual transmission. They make manual transmissions still?
I don't know the newer ones that I've seen. I've got a manual, but the newer ones that I've seen that have a manual transmission, they have like buttons that you push instead of the stick and
Well,
the clutch.
he's too wimpy to push buttons. This is crazy. I cannot find my too big coffee. Oh, bathroom. Oh, man. We ate at a place right here in Cleveland when we got back tonight, a Thai place, and it was really super good. You like fried rice?
I love fried rice. Yes, I'm going to
I
be
did.
making some this week.
I did too.
I see you, Sarah.
Sarah.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey, Sarah.
I just
What
put
are you
the
doing?
art up because there was nobody here, so let me pull that down and out of the way. And there's Blackie.
Hello.
Nobody here, Sarah. I've been here 10 minutes.
Where's my remove button? There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, Blackie looks so polished.
Let's see.
He looks very different in a light color instead of a dark one.
You didn't cut your hair off, did you?
No, I did. I did comb it though today.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
brushed it, I
allowed.
guess.
That's allowed.
I do it at twice a week. I guess I brush my hair.
Well, yeah. Whether it needs it or not.
Yeah, it's my version of shampoo. I don't wash my hair. It's no fun.
I washed my hair today, but I usually don't brush my hair. I brush it very, very rarely.
I just like finger comb mine while it's still wet after I wash it.
Yeah. That's it. And that's like, I just chuck it up in big, messy bundles. It doesn't matter.
G'day, Huawei, Cat, Sky, everyone else. Where's the silly hat? It's actually tying my hair up. The silly hat is
Multi-purpose.
They used to say to brush your hair 100 strokes. The ladies would do that and it would make it pretty, but I guess it damaged it. I don't know.
I heard something about that it was, they used to have, brushes used to be made out of like natural like hairs and soft. And so brushing it regularly like that when it wasn't tangly would distribute all the oils and was really gentle. But when people started doing it with just like big angry metal and plastic brushes, that it wasn't such a good idea. I think that's what I read.
I've
That
heard
makes
similar.
sense. You can see
That's
how lustrous mine is.
Okay, you can come up for just a minute. Well, shit, because I got to draw, so you can't be in my arms while I'm trying to draw. Get Sarah's art on a shirt. I got my art on shirts, but it's kind of like shows up as spots of oil paint and stuff. Is that the same thing as having my art on a shirt? Let's see what one you got on, Blackie. Let's see your shirt.
not a Sarah shirt today.
Ah, no, it's a.
I did give it to him though.
Aha. Okay.
I still have on the one I wore today, so there's that.
I don't have a fancy one, but I have got a stack of shirts here next to me that I'm going to draw on deliberately
Oh, nice.
and see how that goes.
Wait, you're going to draw original art on shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So what I did, I got inspired because I was given a gift of a bag that just wasn't a bag that I was going to use, so I decided that I would try and draw on it, and I liked it so much that I decided that I should draw on more bags and draw on some shirts and stuff. So I did draw on one the other day, just a little rough try, and it works. The pens work on there, so I'm going to do some more.
Awesome.
I brought them here in case I was inspired to do some today. Otherwise, I've got paper as well.
So the ink obviously is ink that doesn't wash out? Or the...
Yeah. So you have to heat treat it, and then it is permanent. It's like paint.
Cool.
So
How can we inspire you?
well, I might just start like making a space for it, and then we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Pardon me.
I was feeling very enthusiastic before, but then I ate some toast and I felt a bit wrong, and I didn't know if I would make it onto the stream or not. But I'm feeling a little bit. I'm improving. So we'll see. Maybe my enthusiasm will return.
I am in the bathroom, but I'm just feeding my dog, so don't worry. No worries.
Grasshopper wants you to eat another banana.
Me?
Yeah.
For inspiration.
There you go. I don't have any bananas, though. That was Cole that was talking to you today when we were talking about what fruits were low in sugar or high in sugar. And you said you were going to take bananas.
I had a grocery order in, and I took the bananas off of it. I better not eat those.
I told him, tell her don't eat the whole bunch, just eat half a banana. I eat them, and I'm diabetic, so.
Livestream. I don't know if I'm diabetic. I got a feeling I probably am. I haven't been to the doctor, but I've been noticing that if I have anything sweet, like the other day, I was doing great, and I had a soda, a regular soda, not a sugar-free soda. And the next morning, I woke up and my feet are all swelled up and all that crap. And so I thought, oh crap! And I've been noticing that if I eat any sweets, my feet swell up. So I think it's the sugar.
It could be, I guess.
Did you get your shirt yet, Fish Dreams?
Oh, yeah.
She got something today. She posted something today. It might have been a new logo or something. Can't remember. Always advisable.
I'm going to put you down because I'm going to draw. So say hi to Bob real quick, and then I'm going to go draw. So say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Bobby.
Okay.
And then you get to go down with Mario. I don't know if there's going to be like a big fight or not because Mario's laying at my feet and Star is like wanting to get up and scratch at my feet and stuff. So we'll see if they fight. But I need to work on a drawing.
What are you working on?
I'm working on a little teeny tiny fox.
Oh yeah, that's a new subject for you, isn't it?
No, I've done foxes before.
Well, I haven't seen any.
Well, I've done them before.
Damn it.
Nice. Fish Dreams has
One is
received
just a little ACEO card, and it's a very small drawing.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Did you get your shirts yet, Bob?
Yeah, I've been wearing them. I wore one on Pam's stream the other day in my stream. Yeah, I've been wearing them all over.
I missed out.
Oh, yeah. I've been wearing them.
I haven't seen them either.
You want to
You got
see
yellows, didn't you? Yeah, of course.
Let's see. They may both be in the dirty laundry, but yeah, I've been wearing them.
Can't smell through the internet.
Yep. I wore one to the Ark. The twins. Yeah, they're both in the hanger. Heaven. I'm in heaven.
So what have you been up to, Blackie?
Very little. Yeah, my parents are in a respite care at the moment, so I've been free to do whatever I want for a few weeks, so I've been doing very little. Mostly watching cricket and drinking. Strange things for me to do.
Ah. All right. Well, that's odd. I've got my laundry there, my colored things gathered up to wash, and they're not there. And I know I just wore one of them.
Sarah would probably agree with you, Huawei.
Sounds more like a punishment. Oh, here's the dragon. The dragon was in the closet.
Nice.
But I don't know where the twins are. I know they're dirty because I wore them. Damn it. Anyway, I did get them. Well, I guess I finally lost it.
Those Jags have got lots of willpower, Whip.
Oh, I did.
World, hello.
I guess I'm further ahead on the laundry than I realized. So
There's the
twins.
dragon.
Yeah, the twins.
There's your other one, Sarah.
Oh, nice.
I've worn this one 2 or 3 times and just the dragon once, I think.
I like those guys a lot.
I do too. A lot.
I was a bit dubious about how good they'd look on yellow, but they look wicked.
No, I
Yeah.
reckon yellow is like top notch for those ones.
Yeah, I love that color. I mean, I'm a big guy, so it's like showing how the West was won on a big screen, but I like it. So. You can see them.
Ozo, hello.
G'day, Ozzy.
125 piece of driftwood with slate. Oh yeah, I'm sure that jag could move it. All right. Pam, when you take a break, I know you wanted to see what I got today, and I've got it
I
right
do.
there. I've got it right there. And it's
We
going
want
to go.
to see. We want to see.
We do.
All right.
All I see is a bag.
Oh, now? Okay. Well, I didn't want to. Let me sit down so I can use my hands. They had like some homegrown flightless fruit flies, and I hadn't been able to access those anywhere at Petco or PetSmart for weeks, so I loaded up on those. My frogs are getting hungry. And I got 4 big packs of 100 different sizes of frozen mice. So I've got that stuff. Caught her with my ankles. Dropped her just now. She'll come out gnashing and call it. It is a
Oh my
sheep.
God, there's Candy. I was just thinking about fruitless fruit flies and thinking about you, Candy, but I didn't say anything, and then you pop right up with it.
That called her out of the recesses, didn't it?
Yep. I'll never forget that. I laughed so hard when she said that.
No, fruitless.
And there's Chicklets 23.
Hey, Kurt.
Clarence.
Oh, bless her. Get down.
That's so funny because I was just thinking about Candy saying that as soon as you said flightless fruit flies. I was thinking of fruitless fruit flies and thinking about Candy, and then there she is.
She hiding her little head. There she is.
There she is.
Very white snake.
Blue-eyed Lucy.
Pretty.
She's about 6 months old. And they only had like 4 at the whole thing. Females, they had some males, but females are hard to find, they said. This was my favorite one as far as personality. Okay.
Looks like you might need to get Sarah to draw on it, though.
There's some inspiration there. A puddle of snake. She's got a little nick on her, and I asked what that was, and she feeds live mice, so I'll have to wean her over to frozen thawed. But it's real superficial. It's back on her tail, and so a couple sheds, and that'll be gone.
Very pretty. That's a little bit tense.
Her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She doesn't look very relaxed.
She's had a couple hours to sit over by a heat lamp and
Hello.
get used to the smell of the tank she's going in. She's going in with pied, the male pied. Damn, what's wrong with y'all? She crawled. I had on a long sleeve jacket, of course, and she crawled right up in the arm of that, and that sealed it.
That was your final decision made for purchase.
Right. She saw the loose sleeve and the heat and went right in there. Oh, and here's Worm. She can't stay down 2 minutes. Worm. All right, everybody sees you.
Oh, the kisses.
Well,
The kisses.
she's trying, but she's not close enough.
Okay, I gotta get back to drawing here.
All right, you jump down. I'm gonna get back to drinking my coffee. Oh, this girl while she warms up. Let me see what they're saying in the chat.
I'm working on laying out this drawing, so I'll show you in a little bit so you guys can laugh at it. Say, oh my God, what is that supposed to be? I'm doing the actual like drawing part where, you know, the part where Bob likes to make up what he thinks it looks like.
Well, no. It's like one of those, what is it? Is it the Rorschach test where you look at the ink?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell you what. There's a snake in my hand. It's like Bob to have a worm by his mouth. And set that up too easy. I thought you weren't going to pick up on it. Where's Skipper? I don't see Skipper. I see people saying
I saw him say hi real quick.
Oh, there he is. Hello, everyone. Yeah. She's very calm. She's still sitting there.
Oh.
Good girl. I did learn today, and I'm sure people that know more about snakes than I do, which would be anybody, that the blue-eyed Lucies can be made from several different morphs. So it was very interesting. It's just the visual expression. Like I saw some blue-eyed Lucies that look like regular ball pythons, you know, with patterns and stuff. They weren't solid white. Weird. They were blue and they were leucistic as far as their genetic makeup, but they didn't express visually. Oh yeah, she's liking to look over here. You want some coffee? I know snakes like coffee.
I like the heat signature of it.
Yeah. She's looking over here. She said there's some hot wind over there. She's a sweetie. Candy, how's Caleb doing these days? Saw him in some videos with Jimmy. Bare bottom aquariums. He's doing awesome. They can get color and a total natural. Wow.
Excellent. What's his favourite stuff to play, Candy? Heavy metal, I hope.
Guns N' Roses and Metallica.
I think I've got it mostly laid out now to where I got the basic shape.
Wow.
So I could go ahead and put it up and see how good Bob can make fun of it.
Yeah, I never make fun of your art.
Yes, you do. Don't be lying.
Well, I'll see if I can tell what it is. I know, but let's see what it looks like.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I think I got it right, but we shall see. You might not be able to tell yet, though. I know what the lines mean, but maybe nobody else will. Okay.
Suspense. Part of it is that I can't see it because it's too small.
We aren't talking about your private parts right now, Bob.
Oh, Pam. Grabbing the low fruit. There's you another one. I can tell it's a fox.
Can you?
Yeah. You know what it
Doesn't
kind of
even-
reminds me of? The fur is like Paddington Bear, that kind of fur.
Ah. Well,
Good
this
thing.
part of that is bushes. And he's got, like kind of standing facing away from you, and his tail is right here.
Yeah.
And then this is bushes here, and around the front is bushes.
So you didn't get any picture of his face, just his butt?
Yep, I just got his butt. It's a fox butt.
That's cool.
Stairway to
Same.
heaven. All right.
I've seen a few photos of fox puppies around this area in the last few weeks.
Hi, Ravenclaw.
G'day,
Oh, you got-
Caleb.
What kind of foxes do you have over there, Blackie?
Just red foxes.
The red foxes?
Brought over by the English for hunting,
Oh, those, yeah.
and now they're everywhere.
Really?
Yep. We have, I've seen red foxes and gray foxes here.
But yeah, I think they must qualify as one of the cutest animals on the planet, baby foxes.
Yeah, the little kids, they are really cute.
Gorgeous.
I have to come up with a really good name for this snake at some point.
I've only ever seen a fox for like a second at a time. Huawei. They're too elusive.
And a dead one up real close.
Real up close. You saw it mostly with your nose.
I did see it a lot with my nose. But, you know, I picked it up and moved it and stuff.
Did you put it someplace where you could get it in school later?
Well, that was the idea. So Mikey saw it hit on the road next to the highway. And so I went out for a drive with my children to go and pick her up. And we did. I picked it up and I got it in a box and took it in the car, and it smells so bad. And we drove the whole way down the highway, just like all yelling with our heads out the window, trying to get fresh air. And a couple of times I was like, I'm just gonna pull over and drop it off. Like, we just can't do this. And they were like, no, we've come this far. So we took it home with us, and I put it out in the paddock, and yeah, it got in a big tub full of water so that all the flesh and everything will come off. And then it really, really stunk badly too, even worse.
Yeah.
But once I tipped it out so that all the water could drain away, and then I'd go back and pick up the bones. And then some people came to do mowing, because this was like way down in the paddock, and we like mowing. So I went to all of the effort and all of the breathing the smell for no skull. But I have a lot of other bones.
Did you work out if they ran over it or if the blades of the slasher slashed it? Was it crushed or
I
was it
don't
just
know. It was, well, yeah, I mean, it was crushed. It didn't have any salvageable skull pieces left.
Oh, that's too bad, because a fox skull would be pretty cool to have.
Absolutely. I did get jaw bones though. Got jaw bones, but yeah,
I used to have a couple coyote skulls, but I think I gave them to one of my kids. But I never have had a fox one, though.
Yeah. I really wanted that skull so much. I've got like a wallaby and a possum and a rabbit and a few mice and some birds.
Nice.
But that's about it. Oh,
Yeah, I used to have a couple coyotes and a bobcat and a couple rabbits.
Did
But I
Bobcat
think
have
my
its
kids ended up with them.
Did the Bobcat have all its teeth intact?
No, it didn't.
That would be pretty cool.
I bet a possum looks a lot like a fox skull, doesn't it?
Not Australian possums.
No.
No, ours don't have as long a nose as the American possum does. Or snouts, I guess you call them.
Mike's trying to get my snake, Pam.
He is.
Yep.
I should take a break so I can kind of catch up and read the chat a little bit. I'll show you real quick the color starting to come out on the fox. And then I'm going to take a short break here and catch up and read the chat for a little while.
Nice.
It's pretty rapid.
Pretty. Very nice.
Oh, ours can be pretty terrifying too, Huawei. Even the little ones pack a bite.
They also are adorable. Like,
Yeah, our possums look like giant rats.
No,
You guys'
ours are very
possums
cool.
are kind of cute.
They are.
Oh, maybe that's the name for the snake, Kit. I like that. It's definitely in contention.
What do you want, huh? What do you want?
Possum would be a good name for a snake. Maybe something a little more dignified. I don't know.
Well, you know, because possum gets used as an affectionate term, or is that just only here where people call people
I think that's
possum?
only here in New Zealand.
Rossi, damn it. Sorry. I'm tired of muting it so I can cuss him. I had forgotten from my childhood that the singing duo, the country singing duo, George Jones and Tammy Wynette, she called him Possum. Somebody posted an old live performance they did on Instagram. I think I saw it yesterday. So he was known as Possum to his fans. Technically opossum, but we're too lazy. That's too many syllables. Wow, she's really squeezing. Really squeezing. She's warming up good now. She's getting active. Yeah. Well, what about the possum you have over there? Do people eat them?
Yes, probably, but not as a regular thing.
Same as possums here. I know that
They make wool from possums. Like
wool.
they use the fur.
I know people used to eat them like in the Appalachians. They may still eat them. I've never had it. I don't want them. They're real greasy, they say.
I know my mum talks of animals that she skinned when she was younger, and possums were in the list, so I'm assuming they used the meat way back then, and the fur as well, probably.
Yeah.
What's the plural for opossum yells? Oh, I see Terry. Hang on. Hang on. Just hold on, Terry. Let me get this dog out of my lap here so I can reach my mouse.
That sounded so wrong, Pam.
There's Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Terry.
Blackie, what's going on, man? For those of you that don't know, I'm a big fan of Blackie and Scrungy. Love you to death. What's going on, guys?
He doesn't like me at all though, so
No.
but it's okay.
Well, I wouldn't like anybody with Mickey Mouse ears either. I get it.
What's been going on with you, mate?
Oh, nothing, man. They're just turning tanks green. I seem to be really good at turning tanks green for whatever reason.
The proof is in the behind you, I guess.
Yeah, but they got baby fish in them, so I really don't care. Green water grows fish, so I don't care.
Sure.
So what's everybody doing?
I'm trying to draw on a t-shirt.
Oh,
I don't know if I've
on
succeeded
a t-shirt.
on a t-shirt.
And I'm trying to draw a fox, but not doing very good.
You know what I'm trying to do? Drink myself to sleep. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. I know I'm an overachiever and shit, but yeah, that's my whole goal.
It's good to have goals.
I'm going to drink myself to sleep.
And you're keeping it simple too. You're not complicating things with multiple steps.
Right. No, that's it. That's my whole goal.
You just got to keep at it. I am the prize.
So what
Speaking of
you,
which,
Blackie? You're coming into let's see. I'm coming into winter, so you guys are coming into like the heart of the summer, aren't you? Or in the heart of the summer?
apparently.
We are,
Oh,
but it hasn't been very
now,
hot on
number one,
Sunday.
you should make that refrigerator bigger because that's a guy's refrigerator right there. There ain't a piece of celery in that bitch nowhere, but there's a ton of alcohol.
Got a jar of baby cucumbers
Well, okay, all right, there you go.
and some hot sauce.
Gotta have it. Every guy needs hot sauce.
That's about it, though. Oh, tomato sauce, ketchup.
We saw a bunch of different kinds of hot sauces at Buc-ee's today, and I kept wanting to get something for Larry D. You know, he tastes the hot sauce on his channel, but everything that my nephew read the ingredients to sounded familiar, so I didn't get any.
What did that say at the end?
Oh, I didn't get any.
But what did you say about the ingredients?
Oh, everything sounded familiar, like ghost peppers, and I can't remember now, but everything I've heard Larry talk about or, taste, so I didn't get
righto.
any. Just different combinations. He had Carolina Reapers. There were all kinds of stuff, but all of it sounded familiar.
So I do believe, Blackie, you guys are in like the heart of your summer
Yeah, well,
or pretty close to it.
bang in the middle, but you wouldn't know it with the weather we've been having.
Has it been cold?
It's been more cold than hot, that's for sure. But the last
Really?
3 days have been pretty warm.
It's been
Today
very
can't make up
comfortable
its mind.
considering.
Yeah.
You're in Queensland, aren't you?
No, New South Wales.
Oh, okay.
Sarah's very close to the border.
Are you familiar with that, the young guy, I can't remember his name, I follow him, that goes out on the tidal what are the trees that are there when the tide goes out?
Mangroves.
Mangroves, I started to say banyan, but he goes way, 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 way out on the end of those and sees turtles, and a shark bit him or tried to bite him through his waders recently, and it's pretty cool. He has kangaroos. He shows out there. Can't remember him, but he does a really good job of showing how the tide comes in and out, and he wades in it a couple of feet. I couldn't do that.
Just message me his channel when you remember it or find it.
I will. He's a nice kid. I think he's like 17, 18 years old. And of course, people, bait him and say inappropriate things, but he keeps right on task, and he's a really good kid.
I wonder if it was the young fella I was watching a few weeks ago hitting mud crabs and cooking them up on the beach. He's only a young dude.
He was shark fishing the other day when the tide was out, and I said that looks very shallow out there because it's all real flat for hundreds of yards behind you. And he said, no, it's not. It's not shallow from here out. So.
Well, the point I was trying to get to is Blackie and Scrungy are about in the heart of their summer. And what's Punchy got going on up there? You guys snowed in, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Nobody's going nowhere. How many feet of snow do you guys have?
We don't have, it's not so much feet of snow as it is, it's just steady snowing and blizzard conditions and zero visibility and wind blowing, and
so nobody's moving.
Nobody's moving. Yeah, the freeway's been closed and shit like that. So yeah.
So like,
and it's been like a week ago. It got down to like, for 2 nights in a row, it got down to like -30. We just get a little bit chilly.
So a little bit chilly. Yeah. Why the fuck do you live there? Number one, but I mean, like right now, if you wanted to go get like a dozen eggs, let's say you had $1 million in your pocket and you can afford a dozen eggs.
Oh man, eggs are getting expensive too, huh?
Could you actually go somewhere to buy them?
Oh yeah, well, I could get to town. You just can't get out of town. It's like
Oh,
you can get around in
so
Laramie. You just can't leave. The freeway is closed in all directions, so you can't get out of Laramie.
no, but so that's like an episode of Twilight Zone. It's like you wind up in town, but you can't get out.
Yep.
That'd be cool. Right? You know, you'd be a guy from Chicago just showed up. You're like, sup? And they're like, yeah, but you can't leave.
Yeah, you can't
You're
leave. You
stuck.
can't go anywhere.
You can't leave. And you know, being me, I'd be like, what do you mean I can't leave? And they're like, no, you really can't leave.
Hotel California style.
Hey, Steve.
Soul Taker, man. That's kind of a dark freaking name, ain't it? Soul Taker?
Yeah, he's one of my friends from the King Frostmere streams.
Oh, let's.
I love that one. Scrungy, I love that.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, can't see it if I put it down there.
I don't know about you guys, but I think if Scrungy would have been around when Pink Floyd was at their heyday, Scrungy would have made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, can you blow Sarah up?
Yes, I can.
Because that looks very Pink Floydish.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I've got to poke my head around the side or I won't be able to tell if it's on the screen or not.
Yeah, it's on.
And that's a fox?
Yeah.
If you like.
It's in the eye of the beholder, man.
Hey, dude, I love it. Yeah.
How's the pen going on the fabric? Looks like
Yeah,
it's
I
going
mean, it's
on
going
nice.
good. It's a different feeling to the paper, but it's doing really well. So, because I did one with white on black t-shirt the other day, I wanted to see how it went on the white ones.
I've got to get one of your shirts. I really do.
She's got a sale on Terry right now. I just got 2 of them.
Pop that link up, Huawei.
Yeah.
You know, it certainly looks like it's not bleeding or anything like that. So it looks.
Can
Doesn't
Scrungy
even-
send?
I was
Can
having a try,
Scrungy-
like, sorry, I was putting like lots on to see if I could make it go, and it won't. It just stayed really
Excellent.
in place.
Scrungy, can you send those to the United States? That T-shirt you just did?
I can.
They're individual, unique pieces, Terry. They're going to be very expensive.
And these ones, one of the issues is they're all different sizes. So it's
No,
about.
I seriously do love that.
I was thinking that like buying the different size t-shirts, and it's just going to be chance if the one that someone likes is the right size for them. It's
Oh, is
Who
that
knows?
I'm a
pup?
little dude.
Does that one come in pup count?
Yeah, I'm a small guy. I'm a little bitty guy. So I'm gonna have to commission you a work.
Yeah. Well, this one, I reckon this t-shirt is about a men's size medium.
Oh, I couldn't get in that.
So it's
Oh,
quite
I actually could probably rock that. Maybe.
Yeah.
well, let me see, because like that one's the large. Yeah, so it's probably medium. Just that one.
Check out the link in the chat, Terry. There's t-shirts there.
Hmm.
I
So the ones in the link are they come from a company in America, and they just do print on demand. And I don't know, I get like $1 or something when they sell.
That's nothing.
So
It's
they
not even worth the effort.
well, I think the idea is that people get shirts rather than
Shirts that
But
they love.
so I can make money maybe if I do individual one-offs.
I like
Right on.
that they have your Instagram handle on them. So if people ask, where did you get them? I just show them your name.
Oh, that's right, because that's what Mikey was telling me I had to put on the other ones. The ones that you got, I did do that, but I didn't put it on the other ones, did I?
No.
So, Blackie,
But-
you've been plucking the string. You've been plucking the strings a little bit at all.
Very rarely these days, man.
Yeah, you and me both, man.
Slack. I did
Kinda
have it out
gave
for a
up
little
on
while
it.
the other night.
I don't know why, but I just kind of gave up on it. Except every once in a while, it'll be like at midnight, and I'm like, got nothing better to do, and I'll pick it up and start doing something.
That sounds exactly like my patterns at the moment. Pick it up, play for half an hour, and not really play anything, and then put it down.
How come? Where's Corvus? What's he doing these days?
Yeah, he still does. Comes onto my streams when I have him. He's,
Man,
being a dad and a worker.
I have to say, there may not be a lot of people in America that likes him, but I learned a lot about sumps from the guy. So I am willing to put politics aside and say this guy knows what he's doing for the hobby, and I fucking love the guy to death.
Yeah, he's a very knowledgeable man.
Yeah, he is.
But
And
yes,
not-
I know what you mean. He's not everyone's cup of tea.
And not just about fish either. He's very knowledgeable about a variety of topics.
Yep.
So I don't know. What are we going to talk about now?
Well, we've done the weather and we've done music. We should go back to art and stuff.
Which I have no artistic ability whatsoever.
Nor do I.
Unless you call turning tanks green art. Dude, I got that covered. It's not everybody that can turn a tank that green. That
Yeah,
is neon green.
It's a lovely shade.
It is.
Not everybody can do that. And there's baby fish in there too, loving every minute of it. See them all in there? Look at all them baby fish in that, loving that green water.
What kind of fish are in there?
Those are mollies.
Ah, they are loving it then.
I don't know. There's about 100 of them in there.
Pamela, you got quiet.
What?
Pamela, you got quiet.
Well, I'm drawing.
That's what my nephew called her today.
Amelia.
Familiar. I had him. I was driving and my message dinged. I said, "Who is that?" And he said, "Pamela Earlywine."
I've been called worse.
He's a college graduate too. Nice kid. Blackie, where's your soundboard? We need the crickets.
It's actually, it failed on me, so I uninstalled it off my telephone. And the other soundboard thing I got, I still haven't even tried to fiddle with it to make it sound better. But when I used it on a live stream, the sound was very crap. But it had a bunch of sound effects built into pads on it as well.
What's going on?
Hey, Daniel.
G'day, Dan.
What are you fussing about? What? What is it? Come on, come up here. You're not on the t-shirt. What's going on?
What's she doing?
No, she just like sang a little song.
Yeah.
Do you know
What
that
kind of
was
dog is it?
She's a Labrador crossed with a poodle.
A Labradoodle.
I really feel, well, full size.
Not quite,
poodle.
but yes.
But if that was a miniature poodle, I feel so sorry for the miniature poodle. But
The mother was the Labrador. And I think
then I'm
father
really
was,
proud of the
miniature
poodle.
but not like a toy poodle.
And Blackie's smiling. He's keeping his mouth shut.
The visuals. Yeah, the visuals.
I couldn't understand what you're both saying at the same time.
No, I'm sorry.
I
The
think
mother was a Labrador, and I was thinking poodle, like, because it's real popular in the United States for miniature poodles. So, like, way to go, poodle.
full-size poodles are cool dogs. Very intelligent.
They are. The first time I saw an actual full-size poodle, it knocked me in the nuts with its forehead.
Definitely at the right height for that.
I will say Australia does have the best dog movie ever made on the entire planet. You know, the United States has, yeah, exactly. The United States has Old Yeller, where Old Yeller makes you cry, but Australia has Red Dog. And I swear to God, if you can make it through that movie without crying, you're not human. You're a cyborg.
I've never seen that movie.
Nor have I, to be honest.
You have to see that movie.
Proud Australians, and we haven't seen one of our finest exports.
I mean, Red Dog came from a part of Australia that there ain't a whole lot of people, but yeah, that was a great movie. It really was.
Dog. Beautiful dog too.
Pam, is somebody backstage?
And the Japanese,
I don't see anybody.
The Japanese had the one that waited for the guy at the subway forever. I forgot the dog's name.
Yeah.
There is. So the Japanese had the dog that waited for the guy at the train. The United States has Old Yeller. You'll never beat Old Yeller.
And Where the Red Fern Grows, that was a good movie too.
What?
Where the Red Fern Grows, that was a good crying dog movie too.
I don't remember a dog in that one though.
You never saw Where the Red Fern Grows? Oh my
Evidently
God.
not. I thought I did, but evidently not.
I'm unfamiliar with that one too.
It's a dog movie like Old Yeller.
I'll have to check it out. Soul
Soul
Taker.
Taker agrees with her. Have you ever seen Where the Red Fern Grows? I'm gonna have to check it out.
I read the book when I was in school. Like in grade school, I think.
The title sounds familiar, but I can't recall what it's about. About a boy who gets 2 red bone on coonhounds and starts an adventure hunting. Huh.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with that one. I am familiar with the country, the American country song of the guy that he's in a jail with a tracking dog named Old Red, and the guy convinces the warden that he'll take care of the dog, so he's the guy that gets to take Old Red out. He's a prisoner, of course. And he contacts his family or whatever, and gets a female, and he keeps taking the female to the same spot, so Old Red can do his thing. And so then one day he escapes, and Old Red, the tracking hound, goes to the dog, and he's heading the other way.
Uh-oh, Pam, shots fired.
What?
Mike says they printed books way back then. Crikey.
Oh, he's in trouble.
All in caps, too.
They chiseled him out of stone, Mike.
I like how he added the crikey at the end too.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, Mike is trying to be Australian or what? Come on up, Mike. Explain yourself. I like Mike. He's good people.
I think that's the second time he's shouted tonight, though.
Yeah.
My eyeballs are hurting.
He probably didn't realize he was on all caps. But then again, he might be.
Pretty sure he does.
He was on all caps when he was wanting the snake a while ago.
I think that people who complain about people typing in all caps, they're wasting their breath.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice.
My Google Home speaker is responding to me talking about what sort of people talk in all caps. I'm not talking to you. Be quiet. She kept going. I don't know what I said to trigger her.
Well, what happened to me is, and I had to take it out down here, is I had one for the Google Nest. And if I'd be talking to somebody and said I would Google it, and that would turn it on, and it would go on to whatever I said after it. And it's like, ugh.
Oh, I had my phone on the other day. I had my phone plugged into the computer and was charging it. And I was listening to a podcast, and I glanced down, and my phone was doing the little active thingy, and Siri said that she was contacting the National Suicide Hotline for me. I was like, what? Fuck, what phone? No. It's like, shit, I don't trust my phone anymore. Oh.
They can step beyond their bounds a wee bit. I wonder, can you personalize them to only respond to a certain word to turn them on?
I don't know, but like I think that the phone's off and I haven't touched it for an hour, and all of a sudden it's dialing the National Suicide Hotline. It's like, what the fuck?
No, that's probably a good idea then, Huawei. Yes, you can, says Huawei. And change it to a word that you rarely use or rarely gets said.
Or just get, I like the one, I like the disc I have upstairs because I can tell it, I can say, hey, Google, turn on AC, turn on the air. I can say, turn on, this particular light, whatever. I do like it up there. But down here, when I'm talking to people, where I'm having a conversation and I just happen to say, hey, I got to Google this up, it picks up Google right away. And then anything I say after, it's free game.
Terry, you're an electrician, though. You probably took a long time to get all that programmed upstairs.
I don't know. It was actually fairly simple.
you.
Eventually, it's going to be hardwired in the house because I think that's future. So when I go to sell it, it's going to be worth more as a smart home. But right now, they're just all aftermarket devices. Where you go to the store and buy a cube, that it's a receptacle that plugs into a receptacle, and then you can name it. So, you can name it, living room light 1, and then you can say, hey, Google, turn on living room light 1. Which is pretty sad. I mean, as a species, we used to just have to go up and turn the fucking light switch on, But we've gotten so sophisticated that that's beyond us. Now we have to tell somebody to do it.
It just takes me a long time to turn everything off and on.
It is kind of neat in the fish keeping. I can actually tell my saltwater tank. I can honestly say, hey, Google, turn off skimmer. And it'll turn the skimmer off. So I can feed and do whatever. And I can say, hey, turn off carbon pump. And it'll turn off my carbon what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, my carbon reactor, but it's not just, it's GFO, it's carbon and GFO together. I can turn that. I can do shit with my saltwater tank, just by saying, I'm going to feed, if I'm going to feed the tank, that's going to make my protein skimmer go batshit crazy. So I can say, hey, Google, turn off protein skimmer. It turns out the protein skimmer, and I can feed. And then, when I go in there an hour later, I can say, hey, Google, turn on protein skimmer, and the skimmer comes back on. So those things are kind of nice, but
yeah.
I could also just put the goddamn protein skimmer on a switch, and I can hit the switch and feed and turn the switch back on. And
yeah, but that switch is probably down behind the fish tank on the floor.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get on your hands and knees and do all that.
That one sounds like a really sensible option to have it for.
Yeah. And when you've got cats, nothing's ever where it was when you turned it off the night before.
Oh, I see Ed.
Whoops. Gonna fall, girl.
Hey.
Hey, Redbeard.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
It's been a
Ed.
long, hard day.
You been plumbing?
And we're gonna have to hire a professional plumber to come and work it out.
That sucks.
It stinks. Yeah, I've got we have 2 different sewer lines and water lines coming into this house. I've got one and my mom and dad have theirs. Well, my dad's has like a retarded setup for his washer and dryer, and it's lower than his garbage disposal in his kitchen. So it's caused major jam ups all over the place on their side. But it turns out my kitchen is also hooked to their sewer line, so my kitchen's knocked out. But the good news is their bathrooms are on my sewer line, so they've got bathrooms. So, but
So you can eat, but you can't cook.
long, hard day.
So, in other words, the 2 properties are sharing a single line eventually, and
Yeah. Well, you see, it's 2 separate houses, but theirs is on top. Well, I mean, it's one house.
Oh, you got a duplex. It's a duplex.
I mean, it's a house. It's just a house, but it's finished. The whole basement's finished, and so I've got my own whole area here. So I've got my own laundry room, my own everything, except for cable, and I steal their cable, and I also steal their internet.
Ed Travis Myers said, "Nice game today by your Chiefs."
Oh, thank you. Well, the Raiders wanted to lose, I think, more than the Chiefs wanted to win, because the Raiders got a better draft pick, so they weren't going to win. They were doing some stupid stuff to make sure they lost. But, hey, I'll take a win any way I can get a win.
Is that legal, or is it just non-sportsmanlike, unsportsmanlike?
Well, they were pretending like they're trying, but when you're down by 21 points, you try to rush to score more. And instead, they would wait till all 40 seconds were off the clock before they'd run another play. So normally the winning team milks the clock, not the losing team, But both teams milk the clock.
If the losing team only has one set of good players, you really don't want to get them hurt. You ain't going to win this game, so what's the point? Why are we going to do this all-out effort and get all our good players hurt?
Yeah, the Chiefs are the best team in the league, and they're the worst, or one of the worst. And next year they'll get a high draft pick.
Right.
And
it's like,
hopefully they'll be better.
Point? We ain't going to win this game anyways, no matter how hard we try. I'm not getting my good guys hurt. I'm out. That is the absolute of I just give up.
But Patrick Mahomes, my quarterback, was trying to break a record today, but because they slowed the game so much, he wasn't able to get the last 40 yards he needed to break the all-time yards in one season. But I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just happy that we won.
Has Mahomes been playing for like 50 years or something?
No, has he been around? 5.
Oh, really? Why does it seem like I've heard his name for many, many years?
Well, when he came in, he just was the best coming right out, and I got so lucky because the Chiefs have sucked for decades, really. And then they finally got a good quarterback, and it's all the difference in the world.
Ed, I was at one of your favorite spots today. We went to Repticon in Atlanta, but on the way back, Cole and I stopped at Buc-ee's.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I actually got you a couple souvenirs, but I've eaten most of them, so.
I understand. Hey, it's the thought, right?
Right. They were good. They were really good.
I had this box of edibles that totally had your name on it, and then I was like, yeah, I give a fuck.
I got hungry. What's a long drive from Chattanooga to
Well, he
Atlanta?
wanted to wait and eat when we got all the way back to Cleveland at the Thai place, which was a great choice. But it added, another hour and a half before I could eat. And, when I got to eat, I got to eat. So I got into them.
How's your shirt looking, Scungy?
Dunno.
Beaver.
I'm doing another experiment by using
Oh,
a
right.
color.
Oh, I like that.
Let's see.
I like that a lot. That color looks really good.
I love it.
What is that? A purple or a brown?
It's like a turquoise, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the shirt. I'm sorry.
That's amazing.
And the shirt's just black.
Black. Okay.
I only got black and white shirts this time to see how I would go with them.
That's
What
pretty
size is that one?
This one is, let's find out. It's an extra large.
I might have to lose some weight and try and fit into that one.
I was thinking that would make a good little tube top for me.
Well, I've got, what else have I got here to draw on?
You got any 2 or 3X?
I've got an extra large in the black. I mostly got black so I didn't know how the white will work, but I think the white is really good. So, and I've got
What did you say? The white one that you were drawing on before you said was a medium, didn't you?
Yeah.
No chance of getting around my tits.
Terry said he might be able to use that one.
And
No, I believe he said he could probably rock it,
Oh, okay.
which means yes.
What am I rocking?
You were saying about that shirt before. You just
hell
show,
yeah, I
can
could have rocked that shirt.
you show Terry that one too, Scungy.
which one? Oh, the blue one.
Yeah, it's the one she's just been working on now.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty
Oh
cool.
hell yeah!
Isn't that awesome?
I'd wear that. The only difference I would do the front.
You are cutting out big time, Terry.
What the hell?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, number one,
We got the
hell
only
yeah,
only
rock
difference
that
I
shirt.
would do, and then you drink.
And my only difference I would do is I'd like to have the design on the back. I'm a big old school. Remember the old school concert T-shirts that always had it on the back instead of the front? In the front, it looked like a normal T-shirt, and then on the back, it'd have like all the dates and all that stuff.
That's certainly an idea that I'd not considered before. So,
Like take a respectable shirt, like this is a respectable T-shirt. Have your emblem, whatever your emblem is, put your emblem just right here, kind of small, and then in the back do the design.
What I like about when I'm wearing Sarah's shirts with the design on the front is I like to see people's faces looking at the shirts and their reactions.
Yeah.
Which happens every time you wear a Sarah shirt out.
Every time. Even at the Ark, when I was wearing the Twins, people that were visitors wanted to know about my shirt.
A lot of the people I hang out with wouldn't be too surprised by her art because it is very
Stonery.
Yeah. I know. Whatever you want to say. Whatever. That they wouldn't be too shocked by it. but I like the idea to have something that's semi-respectable in the front, and then you rock it, because I'm a guy that leads the way, so I got a whole shit people behind me, and a lot of my fishing jerseys and stuff like that, I keep all the emblems in the back, and you don't know how many people tap me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, you're such and such," and I'll be like, "Yeah, that's me." I always think they're when you buy like a concert T-shirt, a lot of the artwork was always in the back. Back in the United States, anyways. And I always just liked that. It's like you're wearing a semi-respectable T-shirt up front, but in the back you're showing your colors.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
Sarah, I was going to show you a quick clip. All these you guys can keep talking. I'm just going to show Sarah an artist clip that I think she'll appreciate.
G'day, Patty.
And think about it. Everybody's back is kind of flat in an actual part of the artwork. I mean, even me, I'm a skinny guy, but I got a gut. So if it's a long piece of artwork, it's gonna bubble over with my gut.
Wow.
I got the last two. I'm not an artist, but I got the last two.
They're all
Mojo,
highly relatable.
hi.
Very good.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
I'm gonna have to commission Scrungy to just do me a piece of artwork, but it's got to be on the back of the shirt, not the front.
Okay, I need coffee.
But
So
on the
I'm
front,
going to-
on the
I'm
front
going
of
to
the
leave
shirt,
Blackie in charge.
Dangerous, but I'll accept
God.
it.
Oh my God.
I've seen what Blackie can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackie's going to be in charge while I go make some coffee.
My first order of business will be to go and make a drink as well.
As a person in charge, my first order of business is it's a free for all. I got to get a drink. See you later.
Sarah, I don't know if you read in the chat, but Dragon Lair was asking if you'd spoken to Beryl on YouTube. I think that was in relation to conversation you had last week.
Was that thing that you sent about the cook lady or something? Because I didn't talk to anyone. I don't usually talk
Promotes
to
artists and whatnot.
Dragon Lair?
No, is that something like? Yeah, I need more details, and then you have to remind me, Mikey.
It was to
Okay,
promote
is it on Instagram?
YouTube, I believe he said.
On YouTube.
I might have to get the
I'll have
famous
to have a look.
way to find a link.
Yeah.
So what you been up to, Ed?
Well, it was supposed to be a fun day. I went over to Rack's house on
What it
Thursday.
turned out to be a whole lot of trying to figure out where the crap goes day.
Oh, today was just all plumbing. But I did watch my Chiefs too, and I recorded it, so when I had to walk away to help, I can watch it tomorrow. But like it was such a slow game, it didn't really matter. So I'm not gonna. I think I'll just delete it tomorrow. I'm gonna work in the living room tomorrow because I got all my fish gear in the living room and I need to get it into the new fish room. I got a real pretty fish from Rack, a goldfish. It's in its temporary
nice.
home right now.
Nice.
G'day, DD.
It's about the size of a softball. It's a really big goldfish.
Oh yeah, she shouts out artists from all over. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, I will have to do that.
And I'm mixing some epoxy right now.
Dragon Lair, I finally got a Blue-Eyed Lucy today at Repticon.
Nice. Was it cool?
Yeah, it was a real nice. It was that same place we went to, the one in Atlanta with no Wi-Fi, so I didn't even try.
Now, was I supposed to go to this one? I know we had.
No.
We're going to a steampunk one in February, which I really think will be fun.
Yeah,
It's called
no.
Steampunk Pets. And then Murfreesboro
What's
one of these days.
steampunk
Yeah.
got to do with pets?
I don't know.
Yeah, that Murfreesboro thing's coming up in just a couple of weeks. Ed.
Were we supposed to be like boiling our tanks or something? Steampunk and pets just.
Oh, steampunk is like a, it's kind of like a goth movie.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Oh,
I think it's going to be people dressed up fancy, walking around with their monkeys and snakes and stuff.
So it's an excuse for people to get dressed up, which I'm
I
not
think so,
opposed
but
to. Because I'm going to tell you, some of them steampunk chicks look pretty hot. So I'm not going to complain, but.
Well, and Cthulhu qualifies kind of into their genre. And so maybe there will be some Cthulhu artists or something. I don't know.
Oh, God. This shit's getting way too confusing, man. I just want to go buy some guppies. You know?
Yeah.
Let's not make it too goddamn complicated.
I don't think there'll be any guppies there.
Edie, hi.
I think it'll be all snakes and reptiles.
Ed, you didn't answer me when I sent the snapshot of that one in Murfreesboro, so I didn't know if you didn't get it, but you did, evidently.
Oh, I thought I did. Maybe I answered the wrong person. I don't know.
Well, anyway, you got it, so.
Yeah.
That's
you do it
going to
on?
be like a pet. That's just all kinds of pets. So that ought to be cool. Exotic pets and stuff. And it's not far. It's what, an hour from us, hour and a half?
Is that next week?
It's next week or 2 weeks. It may be 2 weeks. It's the end of January, I think.
Is it
I need to find
Shashewski? Sorry, guys. Beryl Shashewski, I think.
That doesn't sound familiar.
She says she's not a chef.
You know what? I bet it just didn't get to you, Bob. Because I said, I think I can do this one. Let me find out with my folks to make sure I don't have to take them somewhere. But I think I should be able to go. And then I did explanation points, and I said, thanks a ton.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it'd be like...
Cole is wanting to go, too. He works... he wants to go, especially if you're going, and because it's Murfreesboro. He's never been there. So.
Cool. We ought to tell John Cox if he goes, or if we're there.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Maybe we could meet up.
I don't know if Ginger Graves, she's going to be in Atlanta. Or Alabama or something. She's in Alabama right now.
Yeah.
She's taking a couple weeks off. She's worked so much. I tell you, her life never got back to normal after the COVID.
No, it didn't.
What do you mean after the COVID?
Well, she's a pharmacist that also does injections, and she still does them nonstop all over the place. She doesn't get any downtime.
Yeah, COVID's not over with yet. There's new variants and the whole deal.
Oh,
Yeah, I had it a month ago. It was terrible.
I had a bronchitis thing a month ago, and it was worse than the COVID when I had it. And I think, like right now, I feel this bump right here from where my sternum was cut, and it's right now it's swollen because when I cough and stuff, now it comes out like this. So I need to go back to my cardiologist and see if it's like I broke it loose or something.
You might
Coughing.
have a little hernia there, Ed. Yeah.
From coughing?
Yeah, you can get a hernia anywhere. It's been cut through the muscle, so yeah, it can separate.
Oh, shoot. How do they fix that?
Well, sometimes they don't need to be fixed. I've got a big ventral hernia in front, but I don't do anything about it. It's been there for years. It doesn't bother me. It's part of
Well,
my.
it hurts like crazy if I sneeze or cough.
Oh, well, they'll probably want to. They'll just sew it back up, push it in, and sew it up. If that's what it is.
G'day, Vinoxky, Saints Dust, Silver Creek, everyone else.
Vinoxky, Tommy.
Vigilant. I did say hi before, but I was being talked over at the time, so I'll start again.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it was you, Ed. It was Sarah. I bet.
I know. She's like that, right?
I think we've all been guilty of it from time to time.
For sure.
I did.
G'day, Debs.
Dibs. This little snake
I've told.
really having a good time exploring. Sorry, Ed.
No, you were talking first.
Well, see, that's the problem. We're all in different places, and you think we're all on the same wavelength, but there's a delay between every one of us, and a lot of times people will jump in at the same time when they think there's a delay, and it's not a perfect system.
No.
So we just do the best we can, and
Yeah.
if, you know, that's all. That's the best you can do. Just do the best you can. Be polite to others, and let everybody say what needs to be said.
I have something to say that's not important whatsoever, but I thought it was interesting. And since Deb's here, I met this girl at my pharmacy, and I could have sworn she was an Australian with her accent. And I said, "Are you an Aussie?" And I was like afraid that she might be a Kiwi, you know? And she said, "No, she's from England." I was like, "Wait, keep talking." And she did not sound British at all, but she said she's lived here in the South for 10 years.
Oh,
So
my
I
God.
think when a British person lives in the South for 10 years, they get an Aussie accent. It was unbelievable.
Well, don't they say the south of the US is the Australia of the US or something like that?
Yep, for sure.
I mean,
don't know.
it's definitely a different pattern.
But I don't know. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna retract it and not say it.
We have the bugs in the South that come close.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, hell.
It was more to do with the percentage of rednecks, wasn't it?
Oh, that could definitely be.
Australians are all considered to be rednecks, and all the people in the south
Yay,
are supposed to be
Mickey.
rednecks.
Something like that. Yeah.
G'day, Mickey.
Hey, Mick.
But I haven't met too many
Always a
people
good
from
thing.
Ohio that wasn't a
There's no
redneck.
need to feel bad about having an early morning coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mickham's early morning coffee might be 3 or 4 a.m. though.
The way I understand the way the term actually got started, now where it went to from there, but the original term of redneck was a guy that worked in the fields because he was always bent over. So the back of his neck was exposed and he had that red neck. What it turned into, I don't know. So and a lot of times people interchange redneck with hillbilly, which are entirely two different terms, and their terms got started on two different, way different things. But now, for some reason,
And Hoosier.
they're
just
kind of
translated
one
as
and
the
the
same.
same. Hoosier, Ed did that because Hoosier is my state. I am a Hoosier, and I don't know why.
Well, but like I've heard people call rednecks Hoosiers, and they're like, you don't even know what a Hoosier is.
A Hoosier is somebody from Indiana.
Larry Bird.
And I don't know why. The people from Indiana that are called Hoosiers still don't know why. We've
So it
never
doesn't have anything to do with who's your daddy.
That's
Damn.
one of it. And then they used to say there were bar fights and somebody would lose an ear and people would go, whose ear? Yeah, I don't know. I know who my daddy is, both of them.
Both of them.
Come on, that was funny.
Oh, 6:47's not too bad then, Micken. It's a beautiful time of day.
I concur.
Huawei suggests that Hoosiers is because of football.
Yeah, okay.
I would have guessed basketball first because the Hoosiers were a basketball team that was super famous.
I'm
with
fairly
Pistol- was that
certain
with
we
Pistol-
were called Hoosiers before any stadium was ever built.
Yeah, but it was a high school team that was real famous, wasn't it? The movie about the Hoosiers.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, I'm sure they were called Hoosiers before that, but that was about what was it, like the first black and
we
white
changed
school
our
or
name
something,
for the
or what?
movie.
Oh, okay.
The whole saying, the Hoosier State, we did that specifically for the movie.
Pam, do you mind blowing me up? There you go, Ed.
Oh, nice.
And this still has some in it, so I can put it aside for you.
Turkey strips.
Yeah, it's turkey peppered, and these are chocolate covered banana chips. They're really good.
Ah.
There's still
Ed,
some
I'm
in there.
thinking all those are going to be open before you get them.
Oh, they're all open. You see, there's hardly nothing in this one.
Right.
It'll just
Here
be
you go,
crumbs
Ed.
when I
Have
get
my
it.
leftovers.
Oh, and that's just my old orange juice cap from breakfast. But the
I'll save it. I can.
Huh?
I just pulled out a thing and it looked pretty cool, and I got excited. Sorry.
Oh, so you want do any of these look good to you? The jerky or the banana chips? I can't give up these chocolate covered cashews. Indian giver.
You enjoy stuff as much as you want, and we can always get more if there's anything not left over.
Well, there's
Does
not
that make
a,
sense?
yeah, there's always, but there's not a
Yeah, that's what you're getting, Ed, right there, the bag.
the empty bag. So I'll put the
My
jerky
That's
paperweight.
cool, Ed.
and it's the banana
That's what-
chips.
I made this little paperweight with Shelby on my Thursday night show.
Oh, that's
You need to put white
never-
dots on that shrimp.
I've never
Bit
done
late.
one.
What is it? Resin?
Yeah. And
That's wicked.
Very
I got another one in here, but half of it leaked out. So I just filled it again, and I didn't mix enough. So I'm going to see if any more drips out and do a third layer. But this diamondy thing came out cool. I wish I would have put some red resin at the bottom and then stirred it in. But I mean, I'm just learning.
how long?
Is that bubbles on the shrimp? Show that again.
Yeah, they are. Well, I didn't put it in a
It's kind of different.
compression chamber. I could have sucked all the air out, but I didn't. And I've
Dude,
never
that
used this
wasn't-
type. This stuff doesn't get hot.
I was just being curious. It wasn't criticism. It was, I don't know. I kind of think it looks cool.
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad. See, I'm used the resins I normally use get really hot, and see how they melt the cup, and then this is the new stuff and it doesn't get hot at all. I don't know if you can tell how this one's all warped out.
Buckled,
Let me-
yeah.
Show you, like this one's all. I made these just because I wanted to practice with glow in the dark resin, but I want to learn how to be a good resin guy.
So those all of your like the facets on your diamond, was that the shape of a mold, or did you cut them to that and file it, like sand them
No.
down, polish them down?
It was this mold. I just peeled it out just now while we were looking at Bob's stuff. I have 2 other diamond shapes that I can do. So
Yeah, cool.
How long?
you can make diamonds and put them in the bottom of your tank and put lights in them.
Can you put them on the soles of your shoes?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
They will
Paul
be your
Simon's song.
bodyguard.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll be your bodyguard? Or is it diamonds on the soles of your shoes?
Shoes, yeah. Two different
All right.
Or is it
songs,
something
I
about friends? Oh, same album.
believe. Yeah, I think Graceland.
Oh gosh, yes.
Now I am going to piss off every Chattanooga Ed fan and every God-fearing person on the planet.
Trash can.
But I have to be me. Ed, what do you call it when you mix a 2-part compound that makes these things that you're doing? What do you call it?
Well, it's either the epoxy or it's a resin.
Okay, it's
Like
not
I
a
have both.
resin. Okay, it's not a resin. Jesus Christ, risen. It's called a resin.
That's true.
Oh, resin.
It's resin.
And it was the other night. It was either last night or the other night. You kept saying risen, and I'm like, it's resin.
Well, while we're
I'm
on
not-
the subject of people saying things properly, how many R's are in Scunge Princess's name? Terry?
Never tried. Don't.
That's right. That's right. I was going to say something about that earlier too.
Touche, Blackie. Touche.
It's not scrungy. It's scungy, princess.
That's right.
Thank you. Because I was going to suggest earlier that if you were going to commission her to do a shirt, you were going to have to
I
learn
should
to
get
spell
her name right.
right. Yeah.
But you also
Sarah.
have to understand that I don't have my glasses on, and those words are small. So using ends can be whatever they want to be.
I know, Huawei. I was trying to come back to it.
But I do apologize.
That's all right.
Scungy.
You're not
Not
the only one that
scrungy.
does it.
It's like a normal, because when you see it, you just automatically think. But yeah, it just, you're right. And I just hope Ed gets it right, and I promise to get it right
I
from now
I
on.
will probably
as
go
well.
and forget it again, just to be honest, because I forget things very easy.
Well, Ed,
It's nothing personal.
if you forget it, all is forgiven. Still love you.
Oh no, absolutely not. We're gonna hate Chattanooga Ed forever if he can't say resin.
Oh, there's a
Dragonlair
lot of
says
things I can't say.
Me too.
Dragonlair says he gave up correcting Ed a year ago.
All right, Tennessee Fish Mafia.
And I've
G'day,
been
Grant.
terrible with last names. Like, I have no problem mispronouncing a last name, but that's because mine's been mispronounced my whole life and I never care. So why should other people care if theirs isn't
All
messed
right.
up?
I get called Kyler and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I get called Sajak
Pat
and
Sajak.
Sichka, and my mom's been called Pat Sajak. Her name is Pat.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I feel bad for eating your stuff.
No, I was reading
Ed.
Dee Dee's comment.
Dee Dee's the bomb.
Apricot.
Apricot? What the fuck's an apricot?
Well, that's just like my nephew. He was an honor student. He's got his master's, and he said my message was from Pamela or Pamela.
I have an auntie called Pamela. I might have to start calling her Pamela.
You'll have to start calling her Pamela. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very fond of her, so I've got no problem insulting her.
This was actually an
Ed got it
epoxy.
right. You wouldn't be so adorable and fun. Exactly, dear.
Saints Dust Aquariums.
Please, everyone, notice how careful Terry's being with my
Yeah, now I gotta talk right because I put it out.
Worse.
Hey. Oh, we all just reset. My
I
wife
do
can't
that.
say
I do that too.
specific.
I do that too, Dragonlair. My ex-husband used to get mad at me all the time because I'd say Washington instead of Washington. I'd say Washington.
Washington.
Well, that's the hillbilly in you.
I thought it was the East Coast. Isn't that the Boston
No.
thing?
That's hillbilly. Wash. They always put an R in shit where it don't belong.
Yeah, well, part of it is my mother had a bit of hillbilly in her, and I picked up a few of her little odd pronunciations.
That looks really good on Instagram, Ed.
Thank you.
Well, see, that's because there's a difference between a crick and a creek. There is a difference between a crick and a creek, so you pronounce them different. A creek is a nice little bubbling brook, you know, going through the woods and making all the little bubbly noises and stuff. And a crick is the waterway that's got the old Ford Model T sitting in the middle of it, which is a good place to catch fish. That's a crick.
I thought a crick was a pain that I get in my neck every once in a while.
No,
Isn't
no,
that
a crick
in your neck?
is like in Washington, there's even a creek that's named S Creek, and you can't fool me. You know exactly what that S Creek is. That's shit creek. And it's not pronounced creek, that's pronounced crick.
I honestly think that all applies to Punchy's backyard, and that's about it. Because I don't think there's any scientific definition between a crick and a creek.
Yes, there is. Like I say, a creek is a nice little bubbling brook, and a crick is
I
like
know
shit creek.
You don't have to re-say it. I heard it. I'm just calling bullshit.
Sounded logical to me. Old shopping carts and
Old
washing
Model
machine.
Ts and tires and all that. Yep, those are in the cricks.
Those are good catfish nests.
Yep, yep,
People have too much respect for creeks to dump rubbish in them.
yep.
Well, we do now. In the United States, we did.
Creeks are the nice little bubbling brooks coming down off the mountain with ice cold water and trout and stuff in them. That's a creek. The cricks are the catfish holes with the old Model Ts and the tires and stuff.
I've never known anybody or heard anybody use the quick version of it, and I am in Tennessee.
Nope, I have not seen Sasquatch this winter. I haven't even been out of my house much, so. And you can laugh at me all you want, but they are in the mountains around here, so that's just what it is.
Sassy the
So
Sasquatch show was
in other words, the difference is the amount of pollution in it.
Yeah, it's Shit Creek. You wouldn't say Shit Creek. It's Shit Creek.
No, it's Shit Creek. You're up Shit
No, it's
Creek
not Shit
without a
Creek.
paddle.
No, if you're up Shit Creek,
That's the exact term, man. You look it up in a dictionary. You're up Shit Creek without a paddle.
that's Shit Creek without a paddle.
No.
I think you might be getting baited,
Shit
Terry.
Creek would be a good place to be.
Or Mayak. What? If you watch Jim Byrne.
Is that how he said milk?
Oh, milk. Okay. Jiminy Creek.
Wait a minute. There's a difference the way we say milk.
Yeah.
Now it's the East Coast that always calls a creek a river. If you go over to the East Coast, like they'll call anything that's more than a foot wide, they call it a river. In Oregon, where I grew up, a river is a river, like the Columbia or the Willamette or, big rivers.
Goes to the ocean.
Creeks are not rivers, except if you're on the East Coast and they'll call a creek as a river. Anything that's got more than a foot of water in it is a river.
You do realize that flowing bodies of water vary in size, giving any time of year, any time of season. They vary. So you can have a major river system running through that is 1.5 miles wide. So you can have a river system coming into it that's only 3/4 mile wide. Are you going to call it a creek? Because it's flowing.
No, that's still a river, but when you get a creek is one that you can throw a rock over to the other side. That's not a river.
Yeah, but that would depend.
Then it's a river.
That my point is the size of that body of water, since it's a flowing body of water, would depend on the weather conditions at the time.
Yeah, but you're still there's still a river. It's not on the East Coast. Rivers are called rivers.
Oh, speaking of rivers, how's your shirt going, Scungy?
Sorry.
Great creek debate.
I don't know. I'm not
Dr.
really
Black,
sure.
you know I can make a mountain out of a molehill or a creek out of a river.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, what the hell is this all about?
Wrong button. I
What
think.
did I do?
Oh, wow.
Wow, wicked. That blue really looks choice on the back.
It does. It looks fantastic on the black.
It's a toe
That's
biter.
so good.
That looks
Yeah.
really cool.
That even looks finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put it aside. I stopped drawing on it.
Have you guys ever seen
yeah.
a spider that big in Australia?
We're Australians, mate.
Not till
I saw
Dude, they
two
got
that
spiders
big
that
yesterday.
eat those
Pretty sure I've got one that big in my drawer. He keeps
One of
getting
those that
when I open the drawer,
oh my god.
and I'm like, "It's okay. And I shut him back in. He's all right."
oh my god, a giant spider in your drawer.
Yeah, but
So
he's
how do you
really
get rid of
cute.
it?
Well, you don't get rid of it.
That's so handy to have
I've
around.
got a lot of big spiders like in my house, just huntsmans, so they're not dangerous. And the nicest ones, they're like big and grey and kind of furry, and they're gangly and they're funny, and they eat bugs in your house, and they're nice guys.
Right. They're so big though; they probably poop the size of like a mini chocolate bar.
A chihuahua.
Oh, he's very hard to see with the glare, isn't it?
Mm.
It'd be like
This is
little Hershey Kisses all over the place where they poop.
a species of garden orb weaver that I've got hanging out above one of my fish tanks at the moment. He's pretty massive, but also very pretty. She, I'm assuming, actually. I think it's a female.
Does it eat fish or does it eat the flies that get near the water?
Yeah, just bugs. Oh, sorry. Beautiful spider, though. If people can come to the fact of spiders can be beautiful.
If I ever go to Australia, I'm going to have to ask them if I can bring a blowtorch on the plane.
Nah.
It's all right. We sell them down here. You want to be doubly effective? You just use a can of fly spray and a cigarette lighter.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Oh, you guys have one that looks like a black widow.
Yeah, they're related.
Neither one of those
Wow.
spiders look like a black widow at all.
The redback does.
Oh my god.
They're basically related, convergent evolution and all that. I've seen a redback take down a baby snake, not in person, only on video. But yeah, they're only dangerous if you step on them or get bitten by them.
They're only
Otherwise-
dangerous if they kill you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything nasty like the brown recluse? I hate them.
Well, the problem with the brown recluse is you'll never come in contact with one unless you stick your hand into somewhere it shouldn't be in the first place.
that's pretty valid.
I had this girl ask me to help her move, and I said, sure. And she says, yeah, I've got a brown recluse infestation in my apartment. And I went, oh, wait a minute, I'm busy that weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, they don't have when they bite you, they just cause you to have like gangrene. It just kills the tissue.
Necrotizing
have to-
fasciitis.
Yeah, a lot of skin grafts.
Most of the time when a brown recluse bites you, you'll be less than a bee sting. It's nothing. To get to the point where you're actually getting all those skin grafts means that spider was full of venom at the time and feared for its ultimate life, and that was its last go-to was to your chances of coming across that situation with a brown recluse, just to be in the same place as a brown recluse is so rare. It's not even funny.
They
don't hang out in places where humans hang out.
A big thing with venom from either reptiles or spiders as well is that humans all react differently.
Yeah,
So
very
you
true.
can
It's just
stuff.
like a bee sting. You know, a bee sting can kill somebody, and to everybody else, it's like, eh.
We had a girl at our work. She got bit by one, but it was on these racks that are stored. You know, we have like auto parts that just sit in racks for months at a time, and they come in on trains. And she was sitting on one during her break time, and she got bit on the back of her thigh. And she went to the supervisor and said that her back of her leg hurt, and he looked at it and said, that's just a mosquito bite. And then after lunch, she went back and he said, oh, it looks like you got a sting from a wasp maybe. And then after third break, it was pussing, and they took her to the hospital. And she had to have a skin graft about that big. And she's a black gal, and it was a gross skin graft because it was like all pink on the back of her leg.
That was a bad bite. And it does happen. I'm trust me, I am not saying it doesn't happen, but the chances are really slim.
People aren't normally sitting on auto parts that aren't being touched for months on end. I mean, that's a spider haven.
We have ones down here. We have ones down here called white-tail spiders, and they're very common, and lots of people encounter them when gardening, and they also cause the necrotizing fasciitis in a lot of people. So yeah, they're probably a lot worse than the brown recluse because a lot more people come into contact with them, and most of the time bites end up causing the necrotizing fasciitis. Has anyone guessed that I really enjoy saying necrotizing fasciitis?
Yeah. It looks like you practiced it once or twice.
If I don't, I would have started taking shots when you did it.
If I was younger,
I was just going to say that basically if you get bit by one, you're up shit creek, right?
Oh, we're back to the crick thing.
No, we're not. Yeah, if I was playing in my death metal band when I was younger and I knew about necrotizing fasciitis, I'd probably call the band that. Awesome name.
The spider well, somebody's dog just got hurt.
No, I farted.
The spider that you're talking about, Blackie, can kind of like hang out in like a garden somewhere, whereas like the brown recluse, it's gonna be in a dark hole. It's not a spider you're gonna come in contact on a normal basis.
Well, they don't call it a recluse for nothing, do they?
Right, exactly. It's gonna be somewhere it's gonna be in a dark hole somewhere.
I think they discovered a new species of funnel web recently too. I thought I read not long ago, which is our most venomous spider.
I don't like.
Hi, June.
They're the ones you don't like, did you say?
Yeah. Especially out in the rainforest, there was quite a bit of them because it's wet. They like the wet. And so when it was really wet, the males would even you'd see them out going for a wander, which is pretty rare because mostly they're just in their home. But it's so humid and damp up there that.
Yeah.
The problem in the United States is people haven't actually taken the time to see what species of spiders actually exist. In the United States, 90% of people don't even know what an orb weaver is. And every species of spider is either a black widow, a wolf spider, or a brown recluse.
Or a daddy long
legs. We have millions and millions and millions of species of freaking spiders in the United States or in North America. But those are the only ones they know.
I thought an orb weaver was like a wax-winged blackbird.
Okay.
I was going to say that too, Huawei, but down in Australia we do have daddy long legs is a spider. But I know the thing that you're talking about is a
Yeah, it's an entirely different thing, Blackie.
Some
What
other
they
kind of
call daddy
arthropod.
long legs are entirely
aren't
different.
aren't they more related to centipedes or millipedes or something?
Yeah. Yes, you are correct.
Hey, Lucky.
Just like termites aren't they're called white ants, but they're not even ants. They're more closely related to cockroaches than ants.
Right. Correct.
Well, I'm
And
glad that you
mongoose.
said
Mongoose and meerkats are related to hyenas. I only found that out the other day.
You know,
Sorry,
the one that got me was when I got my sugar gliders, you know, the smaller version of the squirrel gliders. I found out that they're more related to opossums than they are squirrels.
Yeah, the sugar gliders are an Australian possum.
Right.
One of the smallest.
Same trash cat. Same here.
Oh, ours are called granddaddy long legs.
Yeah. And they
That's
found
what they
out.
look like.
They found out recently that they used to tell us when they were kids they can't hurt you because we would find like the smokehouse or the outside toilet. There'd be 1,000 of them. Sometimes you'd open the door, but they do have a mildly poisonous bite.
I thought they had a pretty bad bite, but it couldn't pierce our skin.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard is they're venomous, but they've got such tiny mouths that they can't really bite through.
But they found out they do have a venom, but it's mild. I read that somewhere, a reliable source. I saw it on YouTube, so it must be so.
But you see, they're just like a little round ball with legs.
Yep.
Do you guys have those down there?
Well, our daddy long legs certainly look very similar to what you just showed, and yeah, we were always told growing up that they were super venomous, but their fangs were so weak they couldn't bite a human, and then it was completely disproven many years ago.
Oh, so they do have strong enough fangs to bite people?
They do, yeah, but their venom is either non-existent or just very weak.
Oh,
I would say every spider is at least at some point venomous. I would.
Yeah,
I
and
would.
it's how allergic you are.
Yeah. Oh hell, Debs, that sounds like a whole new ball game. Daddy long legs fly. They have flying daddy long legs. Damn.
Oh my God.
Well, Scuba Steve-O is saying about pretty much the same thing I just said, but Google's wrong on 2 points because spiders aren't poisonous; they're venomous.
Right.
And the rest of the statement is nonsense as well. I'll go on record saying that.
I think the Brits call them the same thing as their daddy long legs that fly, the same thing as we call a mayfly.
If we can do anything tonight, I agree with Dr. Black that people need to understand that there's a difference between poisonous and venomous.
Man, I've been banging on about it for years and people still haven't learnt. Maybe I need more subscribers on my channel or some nonsense.
People need to understand that poisonous means if you eat it, you're gonna die. Okay? Venomous means if it bites you, you're gonna have a reaction.
If it's injected into you.
Right.
Because a scorpion doesn't bite you to inject its venom, does it?
No.
Nor does it be.
I'm not saying that Mr. Blackie and I know more than you. We're just saying there's a difference between poisonous and venomous.
Oh, for sure there is.
There's a difference.
Like
Oh,
my
that looks like a
hog space
mosquito
fish.
hawk head.
You know, there's a shit ton of mushrooms out there that if you eat those mushrooms, you're gonna die because they're fucking poisonous.
I've got a venomous
Hey,
fish right here, so
some people might die from a bee sting because that bee injected venom into their bloodstream that they're allergic to. They are venomous. But that doesn't mean if you ate a bee, it's not going to kill you.
I'd be
What if
willing
it
to
was
test
jumping?
that theory, Daddy. I'd eat a daddy long legs to see if it's poisonous.
What if it walked through some anthrax?
Don't you have to inhale anthrax? Doesn't it have to go through your pulmonary
Yeah, it's
system?
got to go through. It does.
I don't
It's
know,
got
but
to
I'm
go
just going
through
for
your
some poison.
pulmonary system to make it work.
So
But yeah,
don't sniff your granddaddy long legs.
Understand your analogy.
In case.
Well,
Huawei says
coffee is
Creek
ready.
or
I'm
crick,
going to inject it.
creek or crick and daddy long legs. I'm just going to avoid hot button topics.
That's great.
I don't know. I love everybody here. Everybody knows me. I tend to talk out of turn. I might say things off color, but I think everybody here does like me. So, yeah. And I like what Dragon Lair said. Terry, all mushrooms are edible, some only once.
Yeah, that's a good old saying, that one.
And I like that.
I met Terry in real life in Chicago.
Yeah, I apologize for that, by the way.
What? I don't know what that means. You're perfectly
But
delightful.
because you met me in real life. You're one of the few, and you should keep your mouth shut.
oh,
I will. But he was styling. He was a lot more fancy than me. I felt inadequate.
He met Bruce Wayne.
Which one? Oh, that's how you were dressed. You're in your
He
Batman
met Bruce
costume.
Wayne. He didn't meet the real Terry. He met the Bruce Wayne Terry.
What, were you suited up and stuff?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I was wearing my hipster freaking t-shirt, drinking Bloody Marys, and oh, yeah.
I was going to say I couldn't imagine you in a suit.
Oh,
Maybe
he
on the
didn't.
wedding day.
Yeah, but I had some
It
pretty
was a
cool
button-up.
clothes.
It was a fancy button-up shirt.
some mushrooms will feed you for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, Scuba Steve says, yeah, we met Terry's good twin.
Have you started another one, Scungy?
Yep.
On a roll, love.
Well, the thing is, you just never know what's going to happen.
That is the
I
thing.
end up with a ruined shirt, so. But I will have to go in a second. I have to cook dinner. Probably should already have some on, but.
I need to figure out how to open this.
Can you believe it's the 8th of January already? It's this year's going so fast.
It is. It's crazy.
Sorry. What toy you got there, Ed?
My TDS meter, but I don't know how to get the cap off to put new batteries in because it doesn't have new batteries, or it needs batteries. So I'm gonna try my little Swiss Army knife.
Victorinox, my favorite brand of knife.
I would check with the instructions before you break it.
Snap!
Well, It was given to me. It's used. There it is. Okay, there's a little poppy dot thing here. You have to push down and it pops up. And then there's the batteries in there.
I think my TDS just takes a couple of AA's or AAA's.
It'd be so much easier. Why everything can't just take a AAA?
Right.
Life would be easier.
That's what she said.
I took magic mushrooms for my birthday, Patty. They're probably good for cancer as well.
I heard vitamin E was good for cancer. I lost a friend yesterday to cancer. My friend that I used to work with I worked with him the whole time I was working in the factory. We used to carpool because he lived down the street. Well, they found out he had cancer about 4 months ago, and they had some type of tubes in him, and somehow it damaged him in the insides and caused him to have internal bleeding, and he bled out and died last night.
Oh, no.
And he was not, they thought he was going to live a lot longer, so that really stinks.
Oh, lol,
That
really
freaking stinks. Now, when I walked away, and I heard in the background Dr. Black saying that he did magic mushrooms for his birthday. And I have to ask him, what did he learn from the experience? Because generally when you do something like that, you learn something from the experience.
Well, I learned that watching cricket and listening to loud heavy metal music is an awesome combination on magic. Because that's pretty much what I did for a lot of hours.
I could picture that, man. Yeah. You got a little cricket on a thing about ready for a veil chameleon to come and grab it. And
I mean the sport cricket.
What?
The sport cricket, not the insect.
Oh,
g'day, George.
Hey,
It's their baseball.
How the fuck do you do cricket to heavy metal music? That's all they do is go.
Not how Australians play. Australians play everything like a man.
I just want to let you guys
throw
know.
Knives. They probably throw knives when they're running back and forth and stuff.
I just wanted to come on and let you guys know you all are full of it.
For what?
Oh, thank you, George.
You're full of it. You guys don't know your critics and your spiders. I just wanted to stir the pot.
Yes.
I'm going to let Terry yell at you.
Love you guys.
I ain't yelling at nobody, man. I just done fucked up. I thought he was talking about something entirely different, and then he said cricket, and I was like, oh, fuck.
You want to talk cricks? We'll talk cricks. No, that's all right.
H7, put on some cricket and take some magic mushrooms. You'll be in heaven.
Cricket? Oh, yeah.
I'm saying watch a cricket and take some magic mushrooms.
I can't imagine much. Maybe I can, but not very many things that will be worse than watching cricket on magic mushrooms.
I mean, you can watch any sporting event on magic mushrooms, and I'm sure it'll be quite outstanding.
I was thinking about cricket yesterday, the game.
Oh, wow, June. That's some expensive substrate.
Oh, June's here. Do you want to see the substrate I bought for my goldfish? When I get, he's going to go on a 55 all by himself.
Nice.
Oh. I bought 2 of these. They're artificial marble.
Marble.
I'm going to put that on the bottom.
Hey, beautiful.
I do always enjoy that look in a goldfish tank. Nice bare bottom
then-
with some slate or marble.
Yeah, and then when I find some really cool vase or vase or something, I'll put it in there with him. But I might also put like a little soccer ball in there so he can push it around.
Right. Nice.
Now here's an interesting comment. And all right, I know Blackie is a fish keeper. Scungy, George, what Dragon Lair said, everything for fish in Australia is expensive.
This is true.
I have to ask, just to ask, is it comparatively expensive? Because here in the United States, it's also kind of expensive. I mean, it
You
can
guys
get
can
quite
get stuff
pricey.
heaps cheaper.
What's that?
You guys can get stuff heaps cheaper than us over there for some reason.
No, I agree with that.
Well, is it? Are you talking the livestock or the tanks themselves, or the pumps?
All of the above.
Just basically everything in general.
Why is
Isn't
that?
there just like one? There's just one factory that makes tanks there too, don't they? And then they charge a buttload.
No, there's lots of different places that make tanks, but because they're all small companies and stuff, it's expensive overheads and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Sarah,
but
are you getting Toey to go? You've been trying to go for a while. Do you need to leave?
I do need to go now. I've been
I'm
thinking I
not
need
trying
to
to
go.
kick you out.
No, I have to go and make dinner for my children. It's late.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Can I please see your white shirt again that you did first, where that got to?
Oh, make her big.
And maybe maybe give us a run through your other shirts as well.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a deep one.
I'll show you that one because
You made
Are
that?
you going to do more on that one?
Yourself?
I
You draw
just drew that
Oh.
earlier. Yes, drew that on the stream.
I like
And
it.
I did on this one. Is the other one?
So
there,
cool.
there we go.
Nice.
So good.
You made all 3 of those during this time frame.
Well, I made those 2, and I started this one. I don't know if it's working, so I don't know, but I'll show you anyway.
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
it's working. It's
That's working a lot. I like that.
Yeah,
I like it
it's our
too.
Wendigo.
Yeah. I
Do
bet
you guys
that's
have Wendigos down there?
I'm not familiar with this word.
Oh,
That story does. I mean, it doesn't come from here, but I've heard of them.
What's a Wendigo?
they're a Native American. Oh, you go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, I want to hear.
No, you
Tell
go
us
because
your-
I want to go and cook dinner.
Yeah.
So you guys
Yeah, righto.
could talk about it, and I'm gonna go.
All right,
good night, Sarah.
lovely to
Bye-bye.
see you.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
Not working.
Oh, there's Puppy.
There's lots of Native American stories about how Wendigos are and stuff. Like one of their stories is it's when you cannibalize somebody and you eat another human, you'll become a Wendigo.
Oh,
And
no.
they're normally a deer skull. Their head turns into a deer skull, and then their whole body is like rotting flesh and bones. And there's also all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be, there's just all sorts of different types of spiritual stories about Wendigos. But they're kind of like Yetis, but they're like a Yeti.
They're
that's
like
a,
skinwalkers and Wendigos are pretty close.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
Wendigos are a little bit more like a Yeti, though. Like a zombie Yeti, maybe.
Yeah, and I think they're, from what I hear, they're
Ed-
usually like 10 feet tall or so, and like they're really big.
So Ed and Punchy have actually spent time researching this topic.
I don't think Scungy researched it. I think she's just heard of them.
No, I said Punchy, not Scungy.
Ah, right, yeah.
My stream?
I love stories.
And the sad thing that it's like, really?
I'll give you 11 okay? Can I get you can you get off?
Hey, Huawei, can you drop Scungy's t-shirt link again for only Oscars, please? I know I was good before finding a link, but I don't actually have a link to her channel at the
I
moment.
meant to ask her if she'd add any more shirts. I forgot to ask her. She was going to put some more on.
Why
Obviously,
are we always
Rob
yelling at it?
before. He did it before I asked, so thanks, Roland.
It's fast.
I don't think she has added any more yet. But I'm going to keep pressing her about that because I keep promoting people to go there and buy shirts. And she needs,
Me too,
she
yeah.
certainly needs some more designs up there. All right, Paddy. Good night, mate. Thanks for popping in. Oh, sorry, it's not
Paddy's here. Howdy,
Paddy,
Paddy.
Dragon Lair, Paddy. He's going to bed.
Oh,
Good night, Dragon Lair.
Podrick. Yeah, see you later, buddy. The dragon.
There.
Ed,
Skinwalkers.
that offended me a little bit when you were talking about the rotting, hanging flesh, but
The what?
the rotting, hanging flesh.
That's what you got pissed off about?
Well, there's no need to get personal. I mean,
Wendigos you'll find in the forest, and you'll find the skinwalkers more probably in the prairie and the
Yeah, the skinwalkers are more of a Navajo thing,
yeah.
and the Wendigo are like in Canada and Washington and the tribes from heavily forested areas.
You can't keep them as a pet. No.
the Inuits.
And you all drink at the same bars, and you all have the same stories.
That's no different than tribal history from the past.
I'm just sorry. Maybe I don't see what's going on, but I think you guys are all full of shit.
Oh,
He's on to us.
Terry.
Pam said
Right,
Chewy popped in, yeah.
I know, it's because I said Wendigo because they have kind of a deer skull. And she kind of has like cool skulls with antlers.
Yeah.
And some of her textures could be, equated to rotting flesh and stuff.
There you go again.
New
Hey,
local
Sandy.
Austin. G'day. Markle. Blackie, what I'm
And
drinking
after
turkey
Bob's been
soda.
wearing one of the shirts for a couple days, and you got the smell factor in there
I
too.
wish I had
with the
something to
rotted
drink. I have
flesh
nothing to
and
drink
stuff.
right now.
Turkey soda, mate, not beer. Wild turkey, soda water.
Oh, definitely.
H7 Opalo.
Singing some Tom
I
Petty.
just have a
poetry.
Tom Petty song going through my head, but that's just me.
Sandy Doherty, how are you?
So, what are these mythological creatures that nobody has actually proven are actually there, but we all believe, or some people believe that's there?
Are you
All of
talking
them.
about like cryptids in general?
Say that again?
You mean cryptids?
No,
Or do
I
you
didn't
mean
mean
things like the
correctly. You
Loch Ness
said
Monster?
didn't
I
you
love all-
say
They're
Skinwalker
fun.
or something?
Skinwalkers
they're all
and
cryptids.
Wendigos, yeah, they're like a Native American folklore type thing.
They're more a spiritual spirit kind of thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to have some peyote to see them.
Trolls and Nixie.
See, I like the way Ed thinks.
What are Nixie? Trolls and
Wendigos are made up, and skinwalkers are real.
See, now,
With-
George, I totally. Yeah, I mean, how many shrooms have you done? I mean, if you've done a bunch of shrooms, then you can say, yeah, they're real. But
Yowies and bunyips are real.
It all depends on what mythos you live in.
And of course, Saint's Dust, of course, the killer rabbit from the Holy Grail is real
Yep,
because
with
we've all
fangs.
seen it on film.
He's got fangs.
This is true.
Oh, have you guys heard of a jackalope?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about this.
The jackalope is a big
I
Wyoming.
totally forgot about that until now.
Now, is a jackalope a cryptic or is it just a
No, it's
Yeah,
a Monty
you know,
Python
amorphous?
thing,
No, the jackalope is a cryptid. You're thinking of the Jabberwocky, Terry.
God.
It was hilarious.
They're the greatest dancers.
Jackalope's got like its
The
antlers and rabbit.
jackalope was
It's like a deer crossed with a hare or something, isn't it?
No, a jackalope was a guy that does deer mounts and
Taxidermist.
and
I don't
yeah,
believe in mounting animals.
taxidermist slash butchering animals, so the people didn't have to do it because it's a long drawn out process. You kill a deer, you got to cut it right, and so you generally just take it to somebody. A jackalope wound up with a guy that he's got a shit ton of rabbit skins and a crap ton of baby deer antlers. I'm gonna make a jackalope.
I don't have a lot of experience with deer, but how many baby deer get antlers?
I was just going to say that too.
All right. I
Blackie.
misspoke.
But I was
misspoke.
biting my tongue, but I'm glad you said that,
Okay.
Blackie.
Their first year young buck with small antlers. Okay. Their first year male buck deers, they only get a couple spines. That's what I meant.
I mean, that's going to hurt the doe, isn't it, if baby deer are coming out with horns on?
Right. That's
You
where
do know how.
that's where
Evidently,
the
Blackie
episiotomy comes
doesn't
in.
know how deer work. All right, I got it. Blackie,
Because
deer
of
work.
jackalopes?
A deer gets born. It runs around for a year with spots on it. All right. Come rut season during its first year, it only becomes a button buck. It never develops antlers, but it develops buttons. That's it. That's all it's got. Then the second year, but Mama kicks them out. Mama kicks them out for the new ones. So now he's out on his own. He's a button buck. He doesn't know nothing. Second year,
Male rabbit's
he's
a buck.
gonna grow a couple, but they're not gonna be very impressive. And then he gets shot and ate, and these little bitty fucking things get put on a rabbit, and there you go.
I bet you that's where they came up with the name buck for a male rabbit because of the jackalopes.
Right.
I'm fairly certain it was already a common term way back when.
Very scientific.
Bucks and
buck.
does.
Is a buck doe, buck rabbit, buck. It's
Well, Saint Dust
jackalope.
Aquarium says that deer get antlers at about 3 months. I wouldn't have figured that. Who knew? Saint Dust knew.
Well, they get this thing. They call it button. They get a button. It's not a full fucking antler. It's not like they get born and 3 months later they're like, ta-da! Doesn't work that way.
Wait, isn't deer antler the fastest growing organic substance in
I
an
think
animal?
you're right. Yeah.
I've never looked that up.
I seem to be pulling that from the ridiculous filing cabinet that is my memory.
I wonder if a jackalope grows quicker though because they're smaller
Because they got rabbit blood.
What it?
and they're fast.
Literally, what it?
They live shorter lives.
I love you guys, man. I really do.
I'm just so
I
glad
bet they're
knowledge.
easier for eagles. to
Fucking
catch, though.
jackalopes are hard to shoot, though.
Well, they're spiritual, so the bullets probably go straight through.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
You
Yeah,
don't
they use
silver
bronze or
bullets
silver.
or a wooden stake or anything. Good night, Dan.
Hi,
Good to see you
Daniel.
in, man.
See you, Daniel. Good.
See you later, Daniel.
Do you know what really happened to me, Ed?
Daniel.
Ed, while we were at Chicago, this is no bullshit. This actually happened. I went outside. You know where the hotel is, right? So I went out the main door of the hotel room to have a smoke and to walk towards where Aquashella was to have my smoke. So by the time I wind up at the other door, I'll be done, right? I watched this little bitty freaking
Jackalope?
bird. It wasn't a normal, just like normal, the brown finch. It was like a house wren or something. But this bird, as I'm smoking my cigarette very early in the morning, and this bird ran into, that big area where they had that big long thing and just all glass in between the convention area and the hotel. This bird hit that freaking glass and hit.
God
The
damn,
ground.
he's breaking up just when the story was getting good.
I'll tell you.
So the bird.
No, go back, Terry. You have to go back to when the bird hit the glass because you just completely broke
Well,
up.
that's what
Wonder if it was
happened.
a
The bird
mouse.
hit the glass right in front of me, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And I picked the bird up, expecting it to have like a broken neck or something, and the bird was breathing, and I was like, "All right, he just knocked himself out, right?" So I kind of tucked him in because it was kind of cold, right? Remember, Ed? It was kind of cold, so I kind of tucked him
It
in.
was.
And I did one of these, and I got a cigarette in my mouth, and I'm like, "Come on, little buddy, you can do it." And
Give him a shotgun.
he stood up, and I was like, "All right, you're okay, man." And I did one of these 2-cup things up to a branch, and he stepped up to the branch, and I was like, "You just stay there, little buddy. Don't do nothing else. Just stay there for a minute." And I kept walking, and man, I thought about taking my phone out and taking a picture, and I was like, "Man, just let that little fucker go."
Was it
Did
a
it break
titmouse?
did it break its antlers?
No, it was a
He didn't have
bird.
antlers.
Oh. I
It
know.
was a little
No,
bird.
it was it was like a little house wren that kind of brownish with a little bit of red on it.
How did the cigarette come in? Did you give it a shotgun of smoke or what?
Negative, Ghost Rider. I know I act like a fucking hard ass 99.9% of the time, but
Oh,
if I
well.
see a little bird get hurt, man, I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, you gotta take care of it. Yeah,
It's
of
just,
course.
but it was the coolest thing, man. And when I walked in that morning, I was like, "Fuck, I own this place." After that,
Mm.
One of my sons had a little, what are they called? Red-browed wren smash into one of his windows, and it broke its neck. So he made a little neck brace for it and
No way, really?
and put it in a box overnight. But yeah, unfortunately, the next day it died. But it was
Yeah.
super awesome that he made a neck brace for it and wanted to care for it.
He gave it a try. This one I knew is once I got it out of the wind, but because what people don't understand, Ed will remember it was really windy and really cold.
Sounds
So
like Chicago.
I picked them up and took them out of the wind and just held them there just for a little while, you know. And I was like, "Come on, little guy, what am I gonna do? Do CPR on a little bitty wren?" Yes. Well, no, not that one.
Okay, that one's a wood or a house sparrow.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Yeah.
You're looking out sparrows. This was a wren.
Okay, I'll just type in small wren.
Oh, good luck! You're going to get bloody 900 responses.
I was just gonna say there's like 10 million different wrens. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to find one that has a little bit of red on it.
I'm fairly certain in our area, in the Chicago area, it's just they're just called a house wren.
Are you sure the red wasn't blood?
Look up red browed.
You know what? It doesn't
Red
fucking
wren.
matter. It was a moment with nature and me. That doesn't even matter. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
I hope it
Yeah.
wasn't a fucking invasive species or something.
No, it
probably
was
was.
not. It was
Probably ended up dying on.
It was probably a baby Wendigo.
A baby Wendigo.
And that's the way it took your soul.
You know, here's the thing that I shouldn't have even brought it up is one of my favorite things to do is to be up before everybody else. 4 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark out. I'm awake. You get to watch the world wake up.
Is it your favorite thing just so you can watch people sleep?
No, it's to watch the world wake up. Where you can watch all the animals start getting around and moving around, and because they're not around. You take like the common ground squirrel. He's not going to be around at noon. You know, he wakes up when the world wakes up. When that sun comes up, that's when that animal is going to be around doing what it's going to be doing. And I spent a lot of time in the outdoors, and the most awesome things I've ever seen has been while most people are still sleeping. When that sun is up, and I'm sorry, I love it to death.
G'day.
I wake up when I have to pee, so.
I wish Rack
You
was
know-
here. He would know a wren with red on it.
Yeah. Pam wakes up with the nocturnal animals.
Look up
Wait,
red
here's
browed
something
wren.
called here's a song wren. Check out this guy. He's got red. It looks more orange
Similar,
on
but
No,
no,
that's not
similar,
it.
but not as pronounced.
Yeah.
my.
That's the one
This
having
red
a
is a
little-
brighter red. It's just not carrying over through the
Yeah.
camera.
I don't think that was it.
It's definitely not it.
No, I agree. It's definitely not it.
But it was not a European finch, so
It didn't have antlers though.
I'm not a bird expert for crying out loud. I'm just saying it happened. Doesn't even matter what bird it was.
It could have had a ransom on it.
But it didn't have antlers.
But the funny thing is after I picked up the bird, held it for a little while, put it in a tree, and he stood up, and I'm like, "You're good to go, little dude." went in on the far side, and they let me into the area that was Aquashella. And I started taking pictures, and then I got kicked back out. And they were like, no vendors are allowed in right now. And I'm like, no, I did not know this. All you got to do is tell me
Hey,
no
awkward
vendor.
card.
And he said, well, you got to go. I'm like, okay, I didn't know, So then I found out that I wound up, I went back to the freaking restaurant in the hotel and found out I just signed up for the most expensive breakfast on the planet.
Oh gosh, was it worth it? I didn't ever go.
Dude, for a omelet, hash browns, wheat toast, and a Bloody Mary was like $52.
Crikey.
Wow.
I hope it was a big Bloody Mary.
Right.
Well, I got lucky and John from KG bought my dinner from that place. So I didn't have to pay. I got lucky on that one. I had a sweet tea, a thing of chips, like potato chips that they cook special for like an appetizer with like a horseradish sauce you dip it in. And then I had a pulled pork sandwich that was a complete ripoff.
Hey, why are we always yelling wants to come up to do a magic trick?
It sounds like you're already $50, Ed.
Was it not as good as Bucky's pulled pork?
Not even close, Bob. Not even close. Maybe they buy Bucky's leftover pulled pork from a month ago. I can't find a freaking red-breasted wren. I found one with red legs. I found a redhead one, but it's from Australia.
It might not be a wren. It could be a...
I'm going to try finch.
I fuck if I know what it was. It doesn't matter, man. It was a poor little bird in distress to me. It doesn't matter what the fuck it was.
Red-breasted.
There is a Carolina one.
It was not a robin's way bigger.
We have the Carolina wrens here, Ed.
Yeah, they have a pretty big red. Oh, here's a house finch. I bet you it was a house finch. Oh,
that's
it's
what
a lot
it was.
more red.
That's what it was.
And it's more red than this. It's coming out orange on the camera.
That's
but
what
it's
it
more
was.
Red.
I'm telling you right now, that's what it was.
Let's see.
Can I ask you, Terry, about these cans that you're drinking out of? What's with the neck on these cans?
What do you mean?
I've not seen. Is it a bottle or is it a can? Is it a cottle? Is it a bag?
It's a cannel. I don't know.
I'm going to go
They're
get something
aluminum 16-ounce cans of beer.
So futuristic.
And now I need another one now that you brought it up.
I don't know if need's the appropriate word, but want is probably more appropriate.
Abracadabra.
Oh no.
Yep.
Away.
Lighter? Is it lighter?
Pyro trick.
Wow.
Magic.
That is awesome, dude.
Super magic.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad.
Let me see if I can't. Yeah.
Is that the sort of trick that you can do like 3 or 4 times in a row, or is it like one and done?
Yeah. No, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Aqua Garden.
It's just it's a normal Zippo. Yeah, it's just a. I can't see. I have. Okay, there you go.
Did I miss any of the trick?
Right here.
Do it again.
Oh, he stopped. There we go. He's back. That's
Wow.
wild.
Fiery.
Fire.
Wendigo.
Whoa.
Witch.
Doing a
Wendigo.
great job, man.
Wendigos are terrified of fire.
Yep.
How did I?
All right, Dr. Black. There you go.
That was awesome.
This is how they come. It's 16 ounces of pure goodness.
What's 16 ounces in milliliters? 600.
Hey, Terry, what do you feel about this?
No idea. I consider that the shit I pee out.
Oh, it's the
Brutal.
good Miller. It's the good Miller.
Miller's good beer.
Thank
Are
you.
you about to do magic as well, George?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Sorcery.
wow.
Wow. I was
Amazing.
totally amazed the whole time.
Oh, and it's lit. Oh, he unlit it. It's lit.
Oh,
Yeah,
crafty. Yeah. I think we're falling victims to the trickery of angles and whatnot.
George
50
knows things.
centiliters, 500
He's from the
mils.
West
Thank you,
Coast.
Mickham. I think that equates to a pint.
It's a pint.
A pint is about
It
495
actually sounds
mils.
about right. I think a pint is somewhere right around 16.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Did you know that Miller is UAW beer?
When
What's
you
UAW mean?
What does that
United
mean?
Auto
Auto
Workers.
workers?
They're United Auto Workers. So, like, whenever there's a union event, all we have is tons of Miller to drink.
Yeah.
Do they provide it free?
Yep.
Awesome.
In other words, you guys are covered under the umbrella of the same international union.
Yes. They joined ours because we're bigger, stronger. You know, we take a lot of the smaller ones because we lost so much when Detroit died.
Wait. Are you UAW, Ed?
I was for years. But we also had
I could have used you talking to Vinny just a little bit ago. Actually, I
yeah,
did
was a
not
shop
know.
steward for 12
Can
years.
you get a little-
How long were you a member of UAW?
For 20 years, but I was officer for 12.
Being an officer, meaning you were actually in the office doing union work.
Yeah, I was like a shop steward, and I was also a delegate. So
Ed's the man.
stuff.
Ed's the man.
And I'd have to go to courtrooms and to fight for people's jobs. And the people we would think we'd win for sure, we'd lose. And the ones we thought for sure we would lose, we'd win. It's a crapshoot every time you go to those arbitrations.
I would honestly, because I understand how that goes, and as a union member, I would never put myself in a position where I would make my union look bad, anyways. But that's me.
You try not to, yeah.
I would like before I just before I came in to see Punchy, that there's a whole bunch of people out there that think that unions just make people lazier. Unions are no good. All the union people are lazy, and all we're doing is sucking money.
Yeah, and like unions, we want to produce a good quality car so that way people keep buying it. That we don't want recalls. You know, we want to make the place look good too. For sure.
I'm a big fan as a union tradesman. I'm expected to do a certain quality of work, and if I don't, that contractor can get rid of me without if I do not produce what my union expects of me, then my union can get rid of me, and that's it.
Yeah, we would tell
And
that to people that would sit on
there
tables.
there seems to be this idea out there that, well, if you're protected for the union, you just can do whatever you want. You can never be fired. It doesn't work that way. You have to produce to a certain standard, and if you do not produce to that certain standard, you're gone. And that union's not going to protect you.
No, because you're hurting the whole. When one person is hurting the whole, yeah.
And people don't understand that, and I kind of wish I would have had you with me on Vinny's. I really do, because given the position you had, you understand that your ultimate job is to try to protect the union worker, but if the union worker isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing, then you've got no choice. You're out.
Right.
Gotta go. See you later. Have a nice life. You're out. The idea is to have a pool of workers that are willing to do what it takes to get the job done, and we will be paid a certain amount with a certain amount of benefits, all of that.
Yeah. Well, like with how it worked with us is it took 300 people to put together one car, and then we would put together 180 cars a day. But if one person in that 300 was screwing up, it makes everybody mess up or
the
look
whole
bad,
crew.
or it's like
the whole shift. Everybody, the whole shift is off.
Yeah.
So, but because you're union, right?
I was. I'm
There's this ideology out there that, well, if you're union, you're lazy.
Right. I know. I've heard those type of arguments too.
And I heard them tonight, and I was like, man, you have no clue. You have no idea. As a union tradesman, I'm the best trained out there. You're not going to find anybody better trained than I am, and I make high wages because I am the best trained out there. If I just decided to go, yeah, well, fuck, I'm just going to show up and not do anything, I'm not going to have a job for very long.
Yeah.
They spent all this money to train me. I do have to actually do things, to justify how I've been trained. And I'm sorry, I just derailed this whole fucking stream, but
That's
Ed, you and I need to talk and go on to Vinny's stream one day.
Okay. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry, people. Let's go back to whatever the fuck else we were talking about.
Wendy,
a lot of people don't understand what unions are. Like when they were trying to make the Volkswagen factory here a union plant, there was lots of commercials, and Bob Price saw them all the time too. And people were saying why they didn't want to have a union and why they did. And the people that wanted a union, the things that they were saying were things for not being in a union. And the people that said they didn't want a union, it was so funny to me because it was like, somebody needs to explain to these people what a union is. But we've got the lowest paid auto factory in America here, and everybody in Germany was going to go on strike with them because they feel like we're a third world country, how low they're paying our auto workers in this city. And our people were just afraid and didn't do it. So they're taking $12.50 an hour while Germans are making $55 an hour doing the same job. You know, it's just sad. And they can make more because they're making the profits. So
really, when it comes down to if honest to God your wages are that low an hour, they could double them and it wouldn't even make a dent in their profits.
Right.
G'day, vibes.
You're so right.
Lunatic Fringe thinks he knows me and he's wrong. And I did not put a collar around the bird.
This was the one that I was talking about earlier that my son did for his red-browed wren.
Aww.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that's a hell of a goddamn good try.
Yeah,
we have lots of woodpeckers.
Once your neck's broken, you're pretty well fucked.
Do you guys have woodpeckers in Australia?
No, we don't.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Yeah, I'd probably enjoy them.
Are cool.
We have other birds that destroy trees, though, like cockatoos are notorious for ripping branches of trees apart to get to grubs and whatnot inside the trees.
Well,
quite destructive.
I mean, really, woodpeckers don't do as much damage as you'd think. They have super long tongues. Their tongue goes over their brain and out their nose and then back into their, because it has to stretch all over the place. And it's like a giant spike. So they just put a hole in it, but then they can go 6 inches up and down looking for their worm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. Wow, I did not know that. So they don't, they don't actually burrow into the tree to make a nest? They're just feeding in the trees?
Well, they might make a nest in a hole that's already been, there.
Yeah, it's already
they only peck little holes.
They're not excavating half a tree out to build a nest.
Right. The woodpeckers are just popping holes for bugs.
They just want to get into the highways. They're just trying to get into the highways and byways of a tree.
That's the big difference with our, especially our yellow-tailed black cockatoos that we get around here, is that they only have a short, 1 inch and a half, maybe, thick tongue, maybe the size of the bent bit of my pinky finger.
Can I address?
They just rip shit apart until the branches fall off.
Can I address Lunatic Fringe for a minute? Lunatic Fringe thinks he knows me, so he has brought up Terry's union is local 134 in Chicago. You have to know the electricians in every local union room for your union. Laughing my fucking ass off. I live close to Chicago, Chewy. I do not live in Chicago. I live in Indiana, you stupid motherfucker.
Jesus, that's a
So,
bit harsh.
yeah, I know, but he does this all the time to me. I do not live in Chicago, you dumbass. Keep looking up other local unions and you'll know the one I work in. So now I'm done with that. And I love the fucker to death. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I just it irritates me beyond belief when somebody is gonna start saying, well, this is me, this is who I am, and he just does it willy-nilly just out of because he knows close to where I live. Dude, that's not cool, man.
I have a friend in the St. Louis Painters Union, and he goes to Chicago a lot, and I think Detroit, because they don't have as many painters there, and sometimes they need extra people, so they have them come up for some reason. But he makes really good money doing it.
And Ed, here's the thing: in my industry, what I work with is that a journeyman inside wireman. That's my classification. If you make it through the IBEW apprenticeship, you are a journeyman inside wireman. Or you might be a journeyman outside wireman, which is a different classification, and I can't talk about that. But a journeyman inside wireman, which means
Can you not talk about it because you've been gagged or because you don't know about it?
Simply because it's a different class. It's a different job. Blackie, but I can explain it. From the powerhouse to your house is outside work. From the meter to inside is inside work.
And they've got separate unions.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Anyway, I'm going to have to be going. I just wanted to stop in and say hi and visit with y'all. Thank you for letting me come on.
Thank you, Arby.
And next time on, I may talk more.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Probably not if me and Terry are on, George.
Well, hey.
I apologize. I'm a fucking idiot. I should just let you
doing
guys
a good
talk.
job. You just have a lot to talk about.
Before George leaves, can we have one joke? One dad joke?
Yeah, come on. Give us one of them.
Okay, one joke, a really good one. So the other day I was sitting in the living room and my wife was doing laundry, and she was carrying the folded clothes across the room. And before I had a chance to get up and help her, she was all I could do was watch the laundry unfold. The situation unfold. Okay.
You know, what happened was it was going great. And then you had like a glitch right at the end.
Yeah.
That's the punchline.
How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus?
6.
10 tickles.
Oh, of course. That's so much better than your first one.
Oh, I know. I've been glitching. I've been noticing. I've been glitching all night. You know, and something must be wrong with my internet. But anyway, you guys.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
I like that one though.
Come check out my fishy dad jokes. In the United States, it's 3 p.m. Pacific. In the UK, it would be like 9 a.m. the next day. or so. It'd be Thursday here. It'd be Friday. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because
No,
the
it's 8
UK
hours
is where I
different.
am,
It's
right,
8
George?
hours different. So it'd be like still be in the UK. Australia would be different. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Just look it up on the Fish Fam, whatever Discord channel.
Or subscribe to George's channel and activate your notifications, and
That's
it'll
it.
tell you what's
Hit
on.
that
That's the
bell.
way to do it.
You hit that bell, and make sure you guys hit that like button here and hit the bell when she comes on.
And don't forget to tell people to subscribe to my channel, George.
Hey, yes. Subscribe to Blackie's channel, and Terry's, and Ed's, and Bob's,
Dr. Black.
and Pam's. I tell you,
Do not
Thanks, Dave.
subscribe to
You're the
me.
man.
I'm an asshole.
that's all right. We need our assholes in the world,
So true. The world doesn't run on nice.
definitely. We need someone to stir up the pot.
If we didn't have assholes, we'd be throwing up all the time.
Right?
That's a good joke.
That may be the
Or-
funniest thing I've heard all year.
Thank you so much for letting me come on.
Ed's got the quote of the year, man.
Good. So good, Ed. I love it.
Oh,
All right, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna.
hey, George, thanks for coming out.
See you, George.
Thank you for having me.
Now that you said that, Ed, I am a little nauseated.
What?
What about owls? Do they have owls in Australia?
Owls, of course, yes.
Oh, cool.
Owls
Were they
are on
brought in
every
or were they
continent.
real?
No, owls are on every continent except for Antarctica.
Okay.
I came across a great horned owl when I was in the military as an MP. Somebody had hit a great horned owl, and I came up and saw the body, and I saw it was still alive.
Fucking,
And,
you are the bird rescuer from heaven, aren't you?
No, dude, this happened in like 1980 something.
It's
It
a
was
pattern.
1989 when this happened. And so I grabbed a blanket and kind of grabbed, because a great horned owl has got claws that are going to rip the shit out of you. And it's a relatively big bird. And I scooped it up in the blanket, and I ran it to our medical division, which was not a full-blown freaking, you know, they
Hospital.
weren't prepared for fucking birds and shit. But I took the time, brought it in. They looked at it and said, "Yeah, I don't know what happened to this thing, but it had so many broken bones that they were like, yeah, it's not gonna happen." And I got to watch it die. And yeah, well, that wasn't a lot of fun.
Doesn't sound like it. G'day, GRB, by the way. How are you, mate?
But I tell you what, that fucking bird was gorgeous, man. It had a head that was like that big with ears, and
And
it
fangs? Did it have
gorgeous.
fangs?
What?
It was probably really soft from all the broken
Did it
bones.
have fangs?
Wendigo.
No fangs, but it had claws. I'm gonna tell you what. Don't get you wrong, man. A great horn's owl's feet. Those are weapons,
I
man.
didn't even see it. Grasshopper, so.
Which one are you talking about, Huawei?
Did he put something inappropriate up and I missed it?
No,
I must
sure
have missed it.
not.
Oh, I see a message retracted.
Damn
So
it.
he retracted something. But that was quite a while ago.
We had a lot of when I was in Alaska, we had a lot of contact with wildlife. And
Where were you stationed? Fairbanks?
no. Fort Greely. And we had a lot of contact with wildlife. And a lot of it wasn't good, man. You don't want to be messing around in a
Night,
place
Cat.
where the animals can kick your ass.
Night, Cat. Lovely to see you again. Or
There-
read your words, at least.
You'll never see a report that said, yeah, a moose just kicked the shit out of your troops.
Mm.
For whatever reason, the commanders in chiefs don't keep that in. Yeah, that never happened. But I'm going to tell you what, there are times where a moose will just walk through a fucking troop of guys and just not give a shit.
Rutting season, I imagine.
That's weird.
That
It
moose
disappeared.
does not fucking give a shit about your tent. It doesn't give a shit about who the fuck you are. That moose says, I'm going here.
Sounds like a Wendigo.
Mhm.
And that's Wendigo country.
Yep,
Big
it
time.
is. Alaska's Wendigo country. And I have been
That's
streaming.
moose.
I have been streaming
That's
for.
moose country.
I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, and I'm going to call it
Oh.
a night, guys.
Wimpy.
I know I'm going to be, and I'm cold, and I want to go get underneath my blankets.
I'm ready for bed. I've
You're
had a hard day.
such a girl, Pam.
Huh?
You're such a girl.
Yep, that's it. So thank you everybody for coming in, and thank you Blackie and Scungy, not Scrungy, and thanks Terry and George and Ed and Bob and
Sam.
Sam. Yes, thank you, Sam.
Awesome job on the links.
Oh, we lost Terry. Night, Terry, if you're still there.
Terry said, "This is getting sappy. I'm out of here."
So good night, everybody, and we shall see you next week.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Pam. Thanks.
Night, guys.
Buy a Scungy shirt.
And don't cuss yet, Bob. I haven't hit the button yet.
Hurry up, damn it.
Yeah, don't